and welcome to the Bluhdhaven Podcast, episode number 100.
Woo!
As always, I'm your host, Balfour Wong. Today I am joined with...
Buddy.
Marcus.
So before we start, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching our podcast over the last few years. Without you guys listening, we would never make the podcast.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for making us hit this milestone of 100 episodes. It's a lot of fun. It's very exciting. I'm very happy with it. Announcements. I will not be here this weekend, so my Friday stream is not going to be going on, but Buddy will still be streaming on Thursday. What are you streaming?
I do Hell Let Loose.
Hell Let Loose?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What the hell is that?
Hell Let Loose is a World War II sim where it's basically, if anyone knows what Squad or anything along that, it's basically trying to be a tactical shooter. So a lot of communication. Which a lot of people don't have, which sucks.
You mean communicating via the headsets and
Yep.
shit? Okay, yeah.
9 times out of 10, no one says anything and they do their own thing.
Sounds
Yeah.
like any multiplayer now.
Yeah.
Sounds like Bell.
That is not true.
You're right. You do talk, but you just do your own thing.
Exactly.
All the time.
There's two
That's
different
50%
things.
right. I was halfway there.
So remember, if you're playing with me or Bell in a BR, just know you're not going to be with any of us. You're going to be alone. You learn that the
Yeah,
hard
I learned
way.
the hard way.
Hey,
Son of a
I mean,
bitch.
like, it's not because what am I going to be around you for when you're looting?
You know, back up, bro. Help me out. Like, keep me covered while I'm getting my shit.
That's why you be aggressive and you look for the enemy. That way you know where they're at.
Okay, how can I look for the enemy while I'm looking for shit to kill the enemy with?
I do it. I don't know. Just do it.
Motherfuckers.
I didn't think, well, to be fair, I kind of somewhat agree with him for the fact of, like, look at me when I did Pathfinder when he was, like, fighting those people underground. I went in there and kind of sweeped them up and helped them a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, fair enough. But I can't do that. I can't multitask like that. Not everyone is like you guys, okay?
Marcus is like, one thing at a time. Loot. Only loot.
Yes.
Then
and
turn.
then sprint, and then go
That's
kill
No,
people.
you know what? That's fair. That is very much how you play because that happened twice yesterday.
Yes.
Where, like,
It did.
you and I got in a fight, and we're like, we're in a fight. They're over there. They're over there. Where the fuck is Marcus?
Okay.
Oh, I got a backpack. I'm like, what the fuck?
In my defense, I usually play with people who don't fucking run up.
To be fair, though, there was only one time I did help Marcus when I found something for him, and he was, like, all the way across the fucking mess. I was like, you know what? I'll stay right here and be nice. And all of a sudden I hear popcorn off the distance. I'm like...
Is that when he died?
That's when I died.
That's when you.
Oh, yeah, you were just by yourself, right? Yeah.
Okay. And by the way, it was fun playing with you for the first time, buddy.
Yeah,
I look forward to playing many more games with you in the future.
I think I preferred PUBG, in all honesty.
I
can
agree.
understand that.
I think the reason why I like PUBG more is I don't feel like the equipment necessarily matters a whole lot.
No, it doesn't.
Like, I think tracking, like in terms of like shooting and tracking, is far more valuable than getting like a level 3 helmet or a level 3 chest plate. That being said, yes, they do help with damage, but I feel like PUBG is more skill based, whereas Apex is definitely RNG.
RNG, what do you mean?
Random number generator. So like you know how like the items are just randomly placed.
Mhm.
So I feel like Apex is primarily just that. Like if you have a purple shield and a purple helmet, you're going to like 9 times out of 10 always kill someone with the blue. Always.
I'm gonna say no because I have seen videos where people with just like the basic Evo shield go up against maybe a blue, maybe a purple shield, and no weapons, just fucking slapping them, and they win.
That person sucks then.
Yeah, true, or that person's just that good. People run around and they jump and fucking wall jump. There's a whole term for it, but people can be good. People can be really good at it. And a lot of people complain about Apex because of the amount of skill that's required to play it. If you're a really good Apex player, you are skillful.
I mean, you can say that about any game.
Yeah, but I'm talking about Apex. Let's just leave it at that.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, no.
And I never played PUBG,
I'm
so I
not
can't
saying
talk
that there's
about
not a skill curve to it. I just think playing, like, as someone who's been playing Battle Royale games, because I've played almost all of them,
Mhm.
I feel as an Apex, it's just a very weird sense of, like, I'm going to die just because someone else was able to get something before I was. So, like, to me, it doesn't feel skill-based. It just feels like luck every single time, and I personally don't find enjoyment out of that. I will say I find enjoyment out when I'm able to fucking kill someone in that game because like I have a really shitty gun and I have nothing and then they just play like trash and I'm like, yeah, you deserve to die. Give me your items.
Deserve to die. That's rough now. Play Apex, people. That's my recommendation. That's a good
I
game.
really liked that, what was it, Domination?
Oh, no, Control.
Control?
Yeah,
That's a
basically
lot of
Domination.
fun.
Yeah, no, that is a lot of fun. Hopefully they bring it back indefinitely.
Yeah.
But at the moment, we're just going to have to play as it goes.
It's like the thing with Fortnite right now. They have their no build stuff. So basically, you don't have to worry about a 12-year-old squeaker building a fucking castle, right? And then kill you from just like 1,000 meters away.
I think that's what kind of killed me in terms of Fortnite. Because like I played Fortnite before it was a Battle Royale. Like when it was an actual story. Yeah.
Really? I've only ever known it as a Battle Royale.
That's the way that it started. It started out as... It was like $30 for an open beta. Or not an open beta. It was $30 beta. And it was like you're saving the world against all this like crazy shit. And like you had to build stuff and traps and things like in order to save the world.
Damn.
And I'm like, this is actually kind of fun. And then the Battle Royale stuff came out and I'm like, okay, but the building really breaks the whole Battle Royale concept. Because you're literally building structures for you to like pick people off.
Yeah.
And I'm like...
So now they have a no build thing, and because it was so well reviewed, now it's a permanent mode.
Really?
Yeah,
Fuck yeah, I might have to get into Fortnite now.
I might have to play Fortnite too. I actually never played Fortnite. Not once. I've seen
Really?
people play it. I've like stayed by their side and watched them, but I've never actually played it. And I own a Fortnite chair. So
That is true, I forgot about that.
it was purple. That's why I wanted it.
I will say, it is a really nice looking chair.
It is. It doesn't feel that nice and stuff. I'm not gonna lie. But I think for like $100, I didn't go that.
Is it because it was like used?
No, it's just the most basic.
bad.
It's just the most basic, and they really capitalize on the fact that it's Fortnite, and that's why people will buy it.
Selling it for the name.
Yeah, yeah, that's what it is. But for $100, it was
Speaking of like name stuff, do you own any named brand
named
items?
Yeah, I own a bottle of Windex in my room right now, and it's not glass cleaner. It's not great value glass cleaner. It's Windex. Damn it, there is a difference.
I have Febreze in my room.
I have Puma shirts, Puma shoes, Nike shoes, Jordans.
Oh, okay, so you're a Puma guy.
No, I just take whatever my dad's not using anymore.
Hand-me-downs.
Yeah, I'm all about the hand-me-downs. I never buy my clothes. I wait till the Christmas time comes around and let my family do it for me.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yes.
See, I would, but like, I love my family, but it drives me nuts because, like, you guys know, I only wear the same thing. Like, I always wear black.
Yeah,
whatever.
I mean, obviously, yeah.
My fucking family, every fucking time, they're like, give us your Christmas list, and I'm like, okay, cool. Black button-up shirt, black jeans. What do I get? Whitewashed jeans. Fucking like white with the fucking square shirts.
Lovely.
I got like one of those weird like Marty McFly vests one year.
That's okay. Nice.
And I'm like,
do you not know me?
Yeah, I'm like, holy shit! Like,
I feel the same way. Like, I always get upset with because one year my dad bought me all these clothes that he would wear. He just thought it would look good on me. And I kept them because, again, they bought me clothes. What am I going to do? Don't wear them?
That's the thing, too. Is like, I still have all that stuff because, like, I appreciate the thought. But, like, can you think a little bit more about the person that you're buying for?
Yeah. No. Most people usually, I don't know if this has happened to you, but I feel most people buy things they like.
Yes.
And they think you should like them.
Yes.
I remember my ex once said her mom once bought all these little things that she thought were cool. And my girlfriend only wanted just this one thing. It was expensive. It was like a sewing machine. That's what she wanted. Ooh. Like $200, $300 sewing machine.
Yeah.
But the mom spent like that same amount of money buying all these little things. And I really honestly believe just because she liked it, it's not just because she liked it, it's also because she just wanted the tree to look like they had a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Fucking
well, see, this is the weird thing for me, like, and if you know me, you know that I'm really bad with gift giving. And this is why. I don't want to be part of that problem.
I don't think that's a bad idea at all.
Like, because I am definitely on the side of, like, people typically buy things that they like for other people. So, like, I don't necessarily know, like, I know ideas that you guys might like, right?
Yeah.
Like, ideas. But I don't know exactly what you want. And that's why anytime I ask them, I'm like, what do you want for your birthday? Tell me what you want. And then they're like, oh, I don't know. And I'm like, okay, you don't know, then I'm not going to get you anything.
Give me money.
I will give you my.
I will never know what to give you. Just give me. No gift cards.
Actual cash.
Actual cash. The gift card thing is fucking ridiculous. We need to end gift cards. Okay, it's fucking stupid. All right. All you're doing is giving somebody like money they can only spend at one place.
What if it's like a Visa gift card?
Then what the fuck? Just give me the money. Why go to the middleman?
I just hate having cash on me.
Cash is king, bro. I've noticed that a lot running this business. Everyone will definitely work with cash.
For your shit, yes.
Well, no, with anything. If you go to the swap meet, well, you got to go to the swap meet.
You're going to the swap meet.
It's a bad example of the swap meet. But I'm saying, like, anytime, like, okay, so I just got a van, right? And it was for $1,200. I showed the guy $500 cash to his face and said, how about this right now? He's like, how about you bring it up to like another $200 and we're golden. So I got him down $500 simply because I showed the cash to his face. It does something.
Yeah, but again, this is because of your current field that you're in. Like you're in the business of reselling, and reselling's all cash.
Yeah.
Cash is king. I'm going to say that, people. I've learned that. Everybody will be willing to work with cash.
That's a good show for Marcus right there. Cash
is king. Hey, if I ever do become a successful entrepreneur and I have all
we'll
these
shoot a commercial with you.
Fuck yeah,
you'd be the cash king.
Cash is king. I'll be Dr. Dollar. Why am I witching you not?
Oh my god.
Hey, that being said, I want to bring up this theory I've been working on.
Oh no.
Maybe a little controversial, but I don't think it's a bad thing.
Okay.
No.
I think trans men might be the best lovers for heterosexual females.
I agree.
Why do you think?
I agree because, not talking as a person who's trans, obviously, because I will not ever claim that I am.
Yeah. None
but
of us here are.
The concept that I can perceive is that there are certain things, maybe prior to their transition, that they understood about their body.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And post-transition, they can utilize that knowledge for their partner. I mean, other than asking their partner directly.
Yeah,
but
I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, I feel like there are things that they understand about the female body that we do not.
I love how you're cleaning it all up. It's the same explanation I have, but it's so much more clean. It's professionalism. It's not how I will say it on stage tonight, but it's gonna be good.
But yeah, I agree with that statement.
Here's why I brought up that joke because I always have this problem when I come up with material. Even if it's complimentary, I feel like it still might offend somebody.
I think honestly, we've talked about this before. I just think it's based on the delivery.
Yeah.
I just think it's how you deliver the joke.
I wish it was just that, but I feel like it's just the words themselves that people will not respond well to, you know? Like, I didn't think anything was wrong with what I just said right there, but I feel like somebody will, and that's the risk I'm going to run if I say that joke.
Yeah, but I feel like, I mean, you're not wrong. Because, I mean, like, anyone will take anything out of context. I mean, literally, like, someone could just clip that one thing that you said and be like, look at this asshole, right? Without listening to the rest of the thing where, like, we actually had a conversation about it. And I feel like as a comedian, like, that's kind of, like you said, that's the risk that you take, is that, like, it's either going to hit or it's not. Like, you're going to land or not. And
well, I'm going to try it out tonight, obviously. Oh,
copyright.
Sorry about that. I hope you don't have to take that part out.
No, it's fine.
Hey, so Belle,
yes.
I have a little surprise for you. In preparation for today, this being the 100th episode, I went ahead and listened to the first ever podcast.
Shit.
Oh God,
it's so bad.
So I'm gonna go ahead and start off by asking this one question: Who and where are Jeremy and Edwin?
Okay, so Edwin, he was actually in the stream the other night. Edwin, it was like Edwini or Ed Buddy or
Edwin Buddy.
What was it for?
Edwin Buddy
For mine?
It was someone's.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I can't remember. But so Edwin is one of my friends here in town.
Yep.
He works, I think, still at the casino doing security.
Okay.
So like he just
Desert Diamond.
I think Desert Diamond.
Okay. They didn't hire
don't know where what he's up to these days. I'm hoping that he comes to the party with my friend Mayela. They're together.
Okay.
And unfortunately, Jeremy, he actually passed away.
Yeah.
Oh no.
4 years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
So he unfortunately he had a health condition. I can't remember exactly what it was called, but essentially like his limbs were very lengthy. Like he was very skinny.
Okay.
He was a very lanky guy.
Very skinny.
So it was hard for
very
the blood to
tall.
get to every part of his body.
Well, it was something like to do with his heart.
Damn.
And unfortunately, he succumbed to
I'm
that.
sorry. Rest in peace, Jeremy. Man.
Yeah, I
was
miss
hard.
that guy so much. He was like a brother to me.
Gone too soon, bro.
Yeah, I miss him very, very much.
Well, I'm sad I brought that up first. Then.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
Yeah, for episode 1, fuck.
Well, yeah, because I listened to the whole thing, so I have some more shit to talk about.
Oh, no.
Because this came out right when The Force Awakens came out.
Oh,
God.
dude, that means I was working for Disney.
God, I should have wrote this down. You had some unique opinions.
Takes on it?
Yeah, and especially on Kylo Ren.
What did I say?
Fuck, I should have wrote it down.
Damn!
You said he was the perfect villain for what needed to be at the moment.
I agree.
Right.
I agree.
And you still feel that way.
I agree that in The Force Awakens, Kylo Ren was the perfect villain for that story.
And now that the sequel trilogy
Holy
is over.
shit.
Holy fuck, let's revisit this.
No, so here's the thing. Like, in Force Awakens, I thought they did a great job establishing how strong Kylo Ren is. Right?
Yes.
I think it, like, when you looked at him on screen, you're like, holy shit, I could be afraid of this guy. Especially during the last fighting sequence, where, like he's shot, he's
Right there.
stabbed
Yeah, you
on
were
the
talking about
side.
that too.
Like, he's going hard at it.
And while he's beating the wound in the process.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
he's
he's trying to beat the shit out of Rey.
I just
which
want to
is
take a moment that I was being my side. I don't know how this looks like on camera.
probably bad.
Okay.
But no, like that, like I feel like that's the reason why that last fighting sequence makes sense, because Rey is so inexperienced, she doesn't know what she's doing, but Kylo Ren is hurting, so that's where the balance was in that. I feel like
I never thought of it that way. That's a good point.
Yeah, I feel like The Force Awakens had a far better, well-balanced, like, storytelling.
Yeah.
And then fucking 8 came out.
Yeah.
And then, holy shit.
Then The Rise of Skywalker.
Oh my god. Oh
Man.
my god.
Hey, if you like the sequels, I judge you. But I'm just playing.
Yeah, I just like...
They're rough. To me, they're rough. They're the worst.
They're
Star
so
Wars.
bad. They're
Yeah.
so bad. Like,
And not because of the political aspect of it all, just because they're bad stories.
Yeah, they're bad movies. Like, here's the thing, right? And I know, what was his name? Ryan, whatever the fuck his name
Ryan
is,
Johnson.
who fucked up 8.
Yeah.
When you take on a Star Wars story, there's certain things that you don't fuck with. One of them is being the humor in the films. In the films from 1 through 7, right? There's subtle humor. There's very, like, nuanced type of, like, laughs, right? Very humbling, very realistic type of character moments. And fucking 8, it's like, ha 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 ha. Like, it's like in-your-face jokes.
They really fell into that Disney Marvel cliche
Yes.
of trying to make something funny every time they can.
Yeah.
It's really not working
And
out.
it proved an 8, and I fucking hated it.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, that was a bad movie.
it didn't feel like a Star Wars film. And then, like, I don't know, like, it just, the writing was weird, and then the whole fucking stupid subplot with
Snoke.
with Finn. No,
Oh.
like, Finn, like, fucking leaving the
Oh,
ship in the
yeah.
middle of them running away.
So weird.
Like,
It was
I could go
bad
on.
storytelling.
I could go
Bad
on about it.
storytelling, man.
But Jesus.
Okay, well, now that I see where you framed, how about you, buddy? What did you feel? How did you feel about? Because you were there too in the first podcast.
Yeah, I
you
think
were
it was us
really
four.
quiet, by the way.
I think it was us
You were
four.
still trying to find your voice at the time.
I think it's because I also had a Snowball Yeti that also kind of fucked him up.
Oh my god, yeah, I hated that
Hated
fucking
it.
microphone.
Oh, really? Oh, wait.
That's
Were you
the
guys all in
reason-
the same room when you guys did this?
No, we're just all remote.
I only heard it on the Spotify. I didn't watch it.
Yeah, no, so we didn't start doing video podcasts until
Like-
episode 60 or
I
57.
was like 40 something.
Well, anyway, it was
50-something.
the first couple of episodes. No.
Yeah.
So,
It's
okay,
all audio.
Yeah, I remember you were coming in kind of
Yeah,
crappily.
because for $50 that was relatively
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I got a Yeti Snowball, but the audio file here was like get something better.
I was like, get a better fucking microphone.
So I kind of did, and then now I'm kind of in debt to this man because he gave me his condenser mic.
Yep, which is far better.
Okay.
Yeah, was it us four? Is that what it was? It was me,
Yeah, it was
Buddy,
you.
Edwin, and Jeremy.
Yep.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Now, I want to bring this up because I didn't know about this, but apparently you guys were excited for something related to Boba Fett at the time. Were they talking about making a Boba Fett?
At that time, yes. So
Yes.
at that time is when they were saying that the Book of Boba Fett, like early development, was going to be happening.
Okay, so that was back in 2015.
Yep.
It is now 2022.
Holy shit, that was
And-
7 years ago.
Yeah, it was 7 years
Fuck.
ago, and we barely got Book of Boba Fett at the end of 2021, if I'm not mistaken.
Hey, you know what? I gotta say though,
It's not
in
bad.
terms of production,
Oh,
like
yeah, the project was fucking
actual,
fire.
well, no. In terms of like production timeline, that's not bad.
Yeah,
What do you mean?
So 5 or 7 years in total, right?
Mm-hmm.
So while simultaneously bringing out all these other Star Wars projects, that's actually not a horrible timeline.
Yeah.
Well, they weren't working on it for 7 years, were they?
Well, that's the reason why we brought it up, because there was talks online that they were going to do.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
Boba Fett.
The difference is, I mean, they weren't working on the series for 7 years. They were talking about it for a good amount of time.
Well,
they started working on it last year.
in terms of like concept
Concept to realization.
Yeah.
Okay.
In terms of 7
Really?
years,
7 years?
7 years for a huge project like that, it's actually not bad.
Well, what do you guys think about Boba Fett, anyways?
Haven't watched it.
Oh, you haven't watched it? Are you kidding me?
I watched it. I watched the whole thing.
All right. Without spoilers, what'd you think?
I liked it up until like the last couple episodes because of it just felt like
Rushed.
not rushed. I can't really say it without making it seem like without making it look like spoilers, so I can't really say much.
Okay. I think I know what you're talking because I've seen it too. I personally feel like the ending was rushed. And also, there is one episode of Boba Fett that's just the Mandalorian.
That's weird.
That is literally Mando.
It's like the last 2 episodes.
And then like the last 3 episodes.
I think one of the reasons why I don't want to watch it is because I love the EU books.
Yeah.
Like the extended universe books of Boba Fett. And I feel like if I watch the show,
You're not
I'm
gonna
hate it.
You're probably gonna hate it.
You're gonna hate it. Unfortunately,
that makes me sad.
It's unfortunate too because you can tell. God, I can't remember how to pronounce his name, but
Temuera
Morrison. Yeah, he loves the character. You can tell he loves being part of this. He loves being Boba Fett.
He's old.
He's old, but you can't really tell when the costume's all on, so it really doesn't matter. But you can tell he has a lot of passion for the character. The voice is iconic. He was always Clone Troopers because of that.
Right.
So I'm just happy that he was having such a great time making the film. Or the
series. Yeah.
That being said, I give it like a 6.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah.
If you gave it a 6,
I give it.
Oh,
what does that mean? Because I like the room.
I was like, yes. Can I hard cut to episode 97, 98? Where we're talking about Fast and Furious?
I know these movies are stupid. I still have a good. I'll be honest. I didn't have really that good of a time with 9.
Dude, 9 was
pretty rough, even for me.
My all-time favorite will ever be Tokyo Drift. Fight me.
Why?
Wait, say that again?
It's
my
so
all-time
bad.
favorite is going to be Tokyo Drift.
It's
Fight
so
me.
Really?
bad.
I haven't seen Tokyo Drift.
I like it. I'm sorry. I like it. The story was shit. I just like the cars and the
My
concept of
cousin really likes Tokyo Drift just because he likes Han's car that much.
The orange one?
The orange one.
Yeah.
That is a bad car, but I still prefer the.
I did not like Bow Wow's car though. That was when I did.
The weird Hulk one.
I did not like it.
I thought that was funny. I thought it was really cool,
but
and I would drive it.
I think so.
I would drive it.
I think one of the reasons why I personally didn't like it is because as an Asian descent, it drives me fucking nuts when stories revolve around Asia,
and they're not really,
and there's no Asian character that is a pivotal character.
I get it
in the film.
That's fair.
One of the things I'm really mad about, we went to go watch Sonic, and there is a new film coming out about dogs, right? And they're like samurais or whatever.
Oh God, the Samuel
Michael
Jackson?
Cera is the main fucking character.
Oh,
I saw the trailer for that.
I'm like, it's literally all samurai Japanese stuff. The bad guys are the Asians. The bad guys are all Japanese.
George
actors.
Takei is in this movie.
George Takei he's the main bad guy.
See, that's kind of fucked. I mean, that's Hollywood for you.
I'm
too.
annoyed
Yeah,
because it's like, why? Like, you're villainizing Japanese people that way, like Asian individuals like that. Why not just give the lead to an Asian character, like person? Like, I don't fucking get it.
Hollywood's response. This dude, we're working on the black people thing right now. Give us some time. We'll get to you. Damn it. Okay. The Great Wall wasn't built in a day.
I'm not laughing. No.
Shit. It would have been better if you said the Gundam, because we're talking about Japan. They have a giant Gundam in Japan.
So my ignorance of Eastern culture is very prevalent. Hey, my ignorance on my own culture is prevalent. So, I mean, give me a break. I barely understand what it means to be an American.
But no, that's the reason why, like, Tokyo Drift, like, I do like even rewatching it, I'm like,
I'll have to watch.
They chose the most American fucking character, too. Stupid 17-year-old kid from Texas. Like,
that is America, right?
America.
I'm just surprised he wasn't going up there with spurs and a fucking 10-gallon hat. Now that would have been hilarious.
He's from I thought it was from New Mexico.
No, I think
I thought he was in Texas. Well, I don't know. He had that like Texan accent.
He did. Because
there's the deleted scene when he's talking when they gave him a fucking thing of wasabi. Took that shit like a champ and was like
wasabi.
He's like, raised on habaneros and everything else. Like the horse radishes ain't gonna cut it for me. So I was like, oh god, okay.
Good lord. That being said, I remember when I watched that movie, I thought it was great. I thought it was a great time. I just watched it when it came out, though. Remember that?
That is fair.
Yeah,
I mean,
so did I.
movies back then, the early 2000s were rough. And with movies. Movies were just bad.
Well, they just figured out all the damn things they could do with CGI, so they were going crazy. But remember
That's
Twister?
true. Oh, dude, Twister's so good.
It's a great movie, but it's kind of dumb if you think about it.
Oh, fuck yeah, they're just running away from a tornado.
The fucking tornadoes roar.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do.
Hey, but that movie, though, that pushed the limits of
was really good.
CG and practical effects.
Dude, that was one of the best fucking CG movies of like the late 90s it came out, right? Yeah, between 95 to 97
Yeah.
or 99.
I think it was
97, I think. 96, maybe? Whatever it was, I wanted that damn truck because of it. The Dodge,
The Dodge?
Ram was like my favorite truck growing up.
1996.
Yeah, see, I was right. I know my movies. All right. Now, going back to the 100...
Yeah, to the first episode.
So, yeah, you were actually at the time talking about David Bowie's new album.
Yeah, man. At that time, it was his last album that came out.
It was his last album, and you know, I remember writing this down because I didn't know if he had already passed away at that point. But as the podcast went on, I should have got rid of that. I just want to know how you felt about his new album, and then a few months later, him passing away. But he was already passed away by this point.
I was devastated when he died. When I heard the news, I was
because you're a big David
holy
Bowie
shit.
fan, right?
Yeah, I love David Bowie. He's one of the people I look up to as a vocalist. Like, his voice is just fucking...
Yeah,
that man.
He had range. I remember he did a lot of different genres. Have
Yeah.
you ever seen Dancing in the Street he did with Mick Jagger?
Yes! It's such a good one, dude!
That was an interesting video, man. That was a good one, though. I definitely get bop to that song.
When he died, like, I think that was one of the first, like, I was genuinely just sad. I was like, fuck, like, we lost Bowie. Like, that's just... he's one of the people I wish I could have seen live before he passed away.
Yeah. I always felt that way about Freddie Mercury.
Oh, dude, see, I would have loved to see
That would have been
Queen.
awesome. Did he pass away before we were born?
Yeah.
Yes.
He passed away in 19...
I'll find out. I'll find out. Y'all keep talking.
Okay.
I want to say, like, either...
91, I think I heard.
Yeah, I think it's like 92? Maybe?
1991.
Yes. 91. Nice.
Dude, I'm good with dates.
Yeah. Because, like, one of my favorite all-time songs from Queen is The Show Must Go On. And I learned that was the last, like, full recording that he did.
What a fucking song to go out on.
Holy shit, yeah. And I think they said, like, he only did, like, 2 or 3 takes of, like, doing it fully through. And you can actually hear in the song, there's a point, I think it's right before the second chorus. You can hear his voice, like, stretch because, like, he was sick when he was recording it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can hear it in his vocal tone. And it's, like, one of the, like, pivotal points of the song where I'm like...
What did he pass away from again?
AIDS.
Yeah, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. Not Freddie Mercury, David Bowie.
Bowie, I think he died from
complications.
pneumonia?
I think so. Let me find out right now.
Yeah, but David, I know, what's his name? Freddie Mercury did pass away from AIDS.
Yeah.
It was all in the movie.
Liver cancer.
Liver cancer. Damn it.
It was cancer. God, man.
They got him.
That was a weird year. That took fucking Bowie. It took Snake.
It
Alan
took fucking
Rickman.
Lemmy, dude, from Motorhead.
Sorry, I don't know.
He's a metalhead.
He was like a huge bass guy
Well,
from Motorhead.
Like, that year was crazy because... So, we lost... Is that the year we lost Prince?
Yeah, I think that was the year. Or it might have been the year before.
It was weird because it was like in a short amount of time where like all of these guys passed away. It was...
I think it was the same year. Prince and Alan Rickman, I believe, passed away the same year.
Yeah. Well, it was weird because... So, obviously I'm a huge Foo Fighter fan. That year they came out, or at the tail end of the year, they came out with an album called Concrete and Gold. And they have a song called... oh shit, what's it called?
What?
That's a good question. This is a Foo Fighters song.
It's well, essentially they dedicated a song to all of these legends. So when they performed it live, they actually had like a montage of like all the people that had passed away that previous year when they recorded that song. because it's the lyrics are something along like, "Where's your Shangri-La now? All of the heroes are underground. Where's your Shangri-La now?" And it's like, holy shit! Like it was a very profound song at the time, and like I correlate that song with those deaths. It's wild to me.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Well,
God, David Bowie, rest in peace, man.
There's one more thing I wanted to bring up, but I want to bring it up at the end because I wrote it for this reason. Bring up at the end.
All right.
I like how there's tail notes for it.
Yeah, I had tail notes for just that one, but not for anything else.
That's fair.
But,
Well, I'm happy that you watched or listened to the first episode. I haven't listened to the first episode.
I'm afraid.
I mean, it was a special occasion, man. I needed to know where it all started. And apparently it all started with Star Wars.
It started with Star Wars in my room.
And now here we are making a spin-off.
Yeah, it's happening.
It's happening if we can pull it off.
Okay.
So before we go to break, I want to show something that one of our viewers made.
Oh.
So I'm not going to be able to post it on the stream, but we can play it on the big screen.
Okay, cool. Right here?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Need to
So-
speak Bluhdhaven Lambo.
So you guys won't be able to see this,
Whoa.
but so shout out to Carl.
Fuck yeah,
For making a Lamborghini. You know what? Hold on. I'm going to actually put this on screen. That way you guys can see it for a second. He did it in Need for Speed.
It's fucking great, bro.
That actually looks fucking sick.
Yeah, that is sick, man.
So you guys won't be able to see our face for a second, but this is the video that he made for us. Our logo is on the front of it. I'll turn this down a little bit. And it's a shiny fucking car. It looks dope.
Fucking G.
That is...
Gary made this one?
No,
Carl.
Carl. Why do I keep
I love the license plate because I
Wait, what did license plate say?
Dragon King.
Dragon King.
Dragon King? Fucking awesome.
That
And
is...
there's the Bluhdhaven logo.
That
my
is-
That looks
God.
dope, dude. Like you did
Oh,
it.
yeah,
Like,
it's right there.
Yeah, it's
That
Dude,
is
that's
fucking sick.
man. Good job, Carl, man.
Oh
That's
my
fucking
God.
cool.
Oh, the blue
Dude!
flame.
right? It's just,
Oh my god.
Oh, hell yeah. I want the car. I would,
bro.
I love that it's purple, right? Or is my
well,
my
no,
eyes
it's
fucking-
like a blue, like luminescent.
Yeah.
type
Yeah,
of
I
thing.
like it. I would definitely
That's 10 out
drive
of
that
10,
car
man.
down the
Holy
street, homie.
shit.
So he made this specifically for the 100th episode.
That's really cool of you, bro.
It's
Yeah.
loading right now. Hold on.
Oh, is it
There's like
nothing?
It's not.
Well, there's like
it's still
a-
running down.
Oh, is he? Oh, fuck yeah. He's going to fucking drive it. Oh, wait.
Let's see. Oh.
Well, he finished it right there, but like we can let's see.
Carl of Xbox. Is this an online event? Did he fucking kill in a fucking online event with his car?
I think so.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Man, that's
Oh, there you
representation
go.
right
Yeah,
there
there
all
you go.
day.
Oh, day and night. Oh.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That's sexy.
Look at that. That's fucking dope, dude.
Oh.
That being said,
Even on the windshield, bro. Like,
would you guys... do you like Lamborghinis?
I'm more of an old school guy.
I'm more of an old school guy myself, too. What about you? Would you...
I'm very futuristic. Like
You're very-
I want like an electric car.
Get it?
Yeah.
So like Lamborghini, I'm like, because he was asking me, he's like, what kind of sports car? You're like, I don't fucking know, a Lambo.
He's like, bet.
You're going to say minivan.
Oh,
What? They go to sporting events all the time.
Oh.
Look at him just tear through these
He's
guys.
like, big
Because-
feet, motherfucker.
Because with those dragon scales,
Look at that.
you got nothing to worry about.
Jesus.
Woo-hoo!
Oh.
Holy shit. I haven't played Need for Speed.
Oh, bro. You tried.
It's okay. Just like all of us here at Bloodhaven, we're drunk.
Yep, this is exactly what
Either
happens.
drunk or high. Either way, we shouldn't be behind the wheel.
Oh, jeez.
Dude, that's fucking cool, man.
The fucking flames, dude. This
The
is so
flames
sick.
are fucking
I used to really
sick.
actually like playing Need for Speed. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit on the PlayStation was
Oh,
the first Need
yeah.
for Speed I ever played. It was so cool to me because I never played a game where you could get pulled over by the police.
Yeah, right?
And I love that aspect of it, especially.
Yeah, was it art imitating life?
Yeah.
Oh,
The car's just too strong for turns.
it is. Jesus Christ. He has like...
I mean, I think Carl needs to watch a little Tokyo Drift so
has
he can
like
get
5
those
tanks
turns.
of NOS too. Holy shit.
Tokyo Drift, Tokyo Drift!
Oh!
Almost got that one. Oh shit, is he at the end? Is he at the end? No, that's at the end.
No, I think there's like another
Like,
few,
you got two
few
more
minutes.
laps.
That's pretty cool though. When did you send this?
Last night.
fucking
Hell
awesome.
yeah.
Just in time, Carl.
So he made $42,000.
Fuck yeah. His time is 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
That's freaking cool.
Oh,
Look at this.
God.
Look at that.
Mm.
Representing the Bluhdhaven name.
Mm.
Fuck
If I had
yeah.
a nut button, I'd be smacking it right now.
So,
That was pretty cool. Thanks,
yeah.
Carl.
Thanks, Carl. We really appreciate it, man.
Hell yeah, man.
But with that being said, we're going to take a short break here. We'll be back in a few with more of the podcast.
Sexy.
Be sure to check out the official Bluhdhaven t-shirt by going to www.bluhdhaven.com/store. And welcome back. Since Marcus brought up the first podcast, I actually wanted to pull it up and see if we can listen to a portion of it. I'd like the 50-minute mark, so I want to see how bad it was.
What?
For PSP. I mean, I want to get a PS Vita. Just
Oh,
because
Edwin!
PS2, which sucks. Because like nobody has a Vita, but still.
Or the Xbox.
I like how Jeremy sounds so
One,
much better.
JRPGs on it.
No, I mean it's. I mean, I love Xbox One for how like I just downloaded Windows 10 and I can see that you can actually do a lot with Xbox One.
Just downloaded Windows 10.
But
Cool.
Fuck, Windows 10 came out
That
7
makes,
years
dude,
ago?
we started this podcast. We went through an entire operating system.
Yeah, we did.
Congrats.
We're winning. Wow.
Where are we at now? Windows 12?
Yeah.
Windows 11.
You could jump
Okay.
out of a
Wow. The sound is wild.
Oh, yeah, no. When I was hearing it, I was like,
R-Wing.
well, I heard it right after I heard the 99th episode.
Oh, jeez.
So I listened to both of them back to back, and I was like, night and day. Wow.
But
Yeah.
I think for that one, too, I had pushed it on because I think there was too much shit going on in my background.
Yeah,
Just
it was
not have
between there was like a fan in the back, like your AC
Yeah.
was like a monster with
Because
your microphone.
I think at that point, I was still living in my mobile home.
Mm.
You're right, you were.
I was still
So,
living in my trailer.
yeah, there was that,
Benson Highway?
and then connectivity issues, because like,
Benton Highway home?
because we used to record off of Skype.
Yeah, that's what we did.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I didn't know you
and-
could do that.
Yeah, because like I used a third party software in order to capture everyone's voices and stuff like that. So like Skype wasn't the most reliable thing.
But it was what we had.
Yeah, it was the only thing that was like free that we could all use.
I remember
So,
Skype days. I
yeah.
remember high school Skype,
I remember
Skype dates and
when
shit.
Discord was just starting out. That was a fucking trip.
Dude, I
Wait,
remember.
Discord was barely started?
I think like 2016, 2017.
Yeah, because when we started doing a lot of our first like bigger production things, we used Slack for the texting
Slack,
stuff,
we did.
and then Skype for all of our video conferencing. From when we're actually like doing
Yeah.
things, because at that time we were doing streaming and like video game videos.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that was like the best way that we could do, because like I lived in LA and everyone I knew was here in Tucson, so it was like how, and like my friends in LA like lived like 20 almost 30 minutes away. So it's like, how can we do everything remotely? And at the time there was like no fucking resources. Like
Yeah.
now, like we have like Discord's an all-in-one essentially.
Yeah.
Love it.
But like when we were fucking doing things, like even when I was like screen recording, I was doing it before OBS came out. So like
OBS?
the software that we use for like all of our game capture and stuff like that,
Okay.
I was doing like what was like 99 fraps or whatever to capture my computer, and then I had to use like a different software for my computer, a different software for my audio, and then I had to splice it together in order for me to use it. It's just fucking growing pains, man.
The one
By
video
the way,
I
is everything ready? Because it's not all showing up on the computer over there.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to be sure.
Yeah, look, now it's up.
Okay,
the one
cool,
thing
cool.
I wish he could show, because I still feel like that was like one of the best videos, is when myself, him, and our dear friend Kathy went through Left 4 Dead 2 across the map of
dude.
Disneyland.
That is such a fucking great
Almost
video.
like almost to the T. somebody
Dude,
fucking
that
did it.
video had, I think, like almost 10,000 views on it.
And then Disneyland said cease and desist.
What?
Yeah.
You,
So
you guys don't have a copy you can ever watch?
I have a copy.
Yeah,
I
I can't
so-
post it anywhere.
Yeah, I can't post it anywhere.
Cease and desist? Real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
So because it's a Left 4 Dead mod. I think it's called like Race to Splash Mountain or something.
Yeah,
like that.
Race to
You can
Splash
still you can still download it, I think.
Mhm.
But it's a full render of Disneyland. So like you start in the like the very big like the gate entrance area. You go down Main Street. You go to Adventureland.
go to the
You
Haunted
play
Mansion.
through the Haunted Mansion.
Oh, fuck yeah. That'd
Like
be awesome.
the audio and everything's there. And
damn.
then yeah, like it's a really well done mod. And then you ride through Splash Mountain and you escape.
And then
And
Disney
it's-
said
it's-
no.
Yeah, because like it's one section of that entire
I think
video.
is it the Tiki Room?
No, it's not even the tiki room.
Wow.
It's the fucking elevator scene in the Haunted Mansion.
Oh.
And it's
Oh.
literally like a split second of them just going like, ha 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 ha. And I got flagged. And like, I literally got an email from the Disney Corporation being like, you need to take this video down, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Disney,
So-
what the fuck, guys? Okay, first off, the mod was free, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a free
it was
mod.
free.
There weren't no one was getting any financial gain from it.
At
right?
that point, I was.
Yeah.
Because, yeah.
Oh.
And that's why they made me take it down. Which sucks because it was our best video.
Well, I would assume so, but that sucks. But see, that's
Yeah.
why it shouldn't matter. Even if you are getting, you're financially benefiting
Yeah.
from it.
Yeah.
You didn't make the mod. You didn't make the game.
Not even just that. Like here's my gripe as an entertainer with all this stuff, right? The content that we're making, we're using those things as tools. The content itself isn't the mod, right? The content isn't the mod. The content is us reacting to the mod, is us reacting and interacting with this particular thing. We're not making money off of Disneyland.
No.
We're making money off of us.
Yeah, these things just happen to be at our disposal as tools to utilize, and that's why it pisses me off that I'm not even mad at musicians because this is not a musician part. This is like a global corporation issue. I hate that people can't react to music videos anymore. Like I hate that you can't react to the full music video anymore. Like remember like early YouTube where people would like sit down and watch a music video and like critique it and like give their thoughts on it. You can't do that shit anymore.
They did that?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a
You
thing.
can somewhat
Yeah.
do it, but you can't like show the video, or you can't like have the audio playing completely. And
It can't be more than 12 seconds of audio.
Yeah.
Okay, regardless, they're doing their Beavis and Butthead thing, and we can't fucking make money off just our reactions.
Right.
Why do you care, corporations? It's not like you're losing money on it.
Exactly.
If anything, you're probably gaining more because you're having people look at this and go, "Dude, this is cool."
You're losing more people by fucking pissing
early
off.
Twitch when we used to
We had music.
Yeah, we had music from all kinds of different people because like people would come in and request songs.
Yeah.
Like in
They
our
weren't
stream.
dicks.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean?
So like
There-
people could request songs like from YouTube, like get a YouTube link and request songs and stuff like that. There are a lot of trolls that would essentially
That
have like
basically
earring.
where like you could do that, or have it to where it says the N word.
Yeah, like over and over again.
Or the John Cena thing. However, there was only one John Cena thing that was cool. It was Bangarang, but it was like the John Cena theme. It wasn't bad, but when we mentioned it, I was like, just not right now. And I was like, okay, fair.
Yeah, and so like there was a moment in time with Twitch where like it was fun to share music with other people. Like people would come in, you can share your favorite songs, yada yada yada, and you'd be exposed to a lot of shit.
Yeah.
That's the way that a lot of my friends got to learn like my music taste and how I got to learn other people's music taste. But because of the fucking DMCA bullshit that the music industry is all about, you can't do any of that.
Yeah.
Because it's a live broadcast and you're using their material without their permission.
Why
but
do
the
you care?
Yeah,
Why
the
do
thing
you
is
care?
like that's not the primary focus of the content. Like that is utilizing and making a better show.
So if at any point in time, even if you do have it, when I used to do streaming for Twitch anyways, if you have it still, for a good chunk of it from the start to the end, or even more, they mute that part of the fucking stream.
Yeah, if they have any type of copyrighted music, it's just muted.
It's fucking annoying. It's fucking.
And listen, I get it as an artist that you want to protect your material. I get that. But if the platform that you're using and you're essentially trying to heighten your content, I don't feel like it's a bad thing. Like, if I recorded some tunes, right, and someone wanted to use it on their stuff, as long as they were, like, a decent person, like, I'd be like, yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it's not even the musician's fault. It's just the record labels who are fucking douchebags.
Yeah, corporations suck.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna own one day, so just be ready for that.
We're not a corporation yet. We're an LLC, but we're not a
Yeah.
corporation. We're not incorporated.
If you could run a corporation, what would it be? Well,
And I'd be helping him.
all right, obviously, no shit.
Yeah,
That was a
nah,
dumb
nah,
question.
nah.
Moving on. Moving on. Moving on.
What about you, Marcus? If you owned a corporation, what would it be?
You know what? Yeah, that's why I want to move on. Because that's what I want to do. I want an entertainment type of corporation. You know,
Yeah.
I want to do the streams, do the games, do basically anything that revolves around entertainment. I want to be involved in.
Yeah, just entertaining people.
Yeah, well, not just me entertaining people, like getting new ways to like for people to enjoy and have an experience and everything. Because when it comes down to it, I feel like entertainment, at least to me, is one of the most purest or like one of the best art forms. You know, because
I agree.
it's just one I have no facts to prove that. I just know for me, that's how I feel every time I put on a good show. Anytime I see somebody do something very creative and makes people go, wow.
Yeah.
I love that shit. It's just one of those things about the human experience that I enjoy being part of.
Well, I think one of my favorite things, I'm happy you brought that up, because like when I watch a show, right, either a live performance or a TV show or a movie, one of the things that I love acknowledging is just like all the moving parts that go for it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like you have the makeup, you have the actor, you have the stagehands, you have the lighting, you have the grip, you have the audio engineer. Like you have all these different things that culminate into like an amazing show. Mm-hmm. And that's what I love about it. Like I love seeing all those aspects coming together, because if you take them out individually, it's just like, okay, it's a light. Like look. Yeah. Two lights. But the lights are shining upon us, and there's a camera pointing this way. So, like, all three of these components...
Only. It's all perspective.
Yeah. The three components make it into a show, and that's what makes it interesting, and that's why I love entertainment.
And I feel like it's hard for people to understand who aren't doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I never really truly appreciated the filmmaking aspect of filmmaking. That was dumb. But until I was involved in it, and I just saw, like, all these little things you don't think about are really important. You need a gaffer, you need the guy holding the boom mic, you need somebody behind the camera, not someone who's directing. You need someone operating the camera.
Yeah, the camera operator.
I always thought the director was that.
Nope.
Until I was fucking doing it. And it's just weird how if you're missing even maybe a few of those things, hell, even one of those things,
yep,
you can really make the difference.
Oh, it's absolutely.
And I can't. You guys, you have to experience it yourself to understand it. It's weird,
and that's why it's so like there's something in like inside of me that like I appreciate it so much, and that's why I'm so focused on certain things. Like even for our stuff, like our stuff is smaller and not as complicated, but like that's why I'm still very nitpicky. Where it's like, is this in the frame? Is this tilted? Why is this a certain way? Because it's all about what the audience gets to see and enjoy. And our whole point is to entertain and, let you guys know. I don't know.
We just want all we're doing is just being us and hope you guys like that. That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah. I mean, we're genuine on the podcast. Yeah. Hopefully you hate or like the characters in our shows. Right. Because if that's the case, then we're doing something right.
Because it brings, it's funny you bring that up because there's a friend of mine who watches us idly on a second screen sometimes. Mm-hmm. There's one, the one thing he always said was like, there's one thing I love you always do, and you do it unintentionally. It's like, what? You go, all right, listen, when something gets brought up to you. Like,
yes, you do that.
Yeah, I like it because I like the individual, like the individualisms, right? Yeah. Like, I know I say I have a gripe a lot. Like, that's something I say, like, all the time. Mm-hmm. You say, okay, listen. With the hands. Like, listen. There's always the gesture. Like, everyone has...
something that makes them you, that makes them them.
Yeah, and I feel like that's part of the reason why people like watching us is for those little moments.
Not just us. I just want to say it's not just us. It's anybody.
Yeah, it's people in general.
When it comes down to it, you just vibe with the person.
Yeah,
and you may not meet, you may not know them firsthand, but you like know them through this format, and you know enough about them to just like, you know what, I want to hear what you got to say.
Yeah, it's what there's a term for it. Like there's a new term that came out a few years ago for people who make connections. Like it's a one-way connection. It's for people who like watch Let's Plays or like watch a weekly podcast and they feel like they have a connection with the person, but like us entertainers have no idea that they exist.
No offense.
Yeah, no. I'm not saying that we don't know you exist. It's just like there is a term for it.
Yeah, I don't know about that. That's why we have homie here looking it up.
All right, fill up the space because I'm going to look it
up. Okay, well.
Actually, I did have something else I wanted to bring up here. Let's see. So I was going through Reddit for just the fuck of it.
Oh, God.
Some weird things. Okay, so there's this video going around where like these guys are just beating up on this dude. Check this out.
Okay.
Just beating up on this dude, and some random person comes in and just drop kicks them. And they start defending him. Now, the problem I have with this video is the guy who's getting his ass kicked then gets up and starts beating up the guys who were helping him.
My thing is like, what was the context of like that started the fight? Because it just seems like, welcome to wherever your city, and just get to beat the fuck up.
I think that is the context. Hey, welcome to New York, bitch! Boom!
Yeah.
Or my bad. Did I say New York? I meant Tucson. Grand Alpine area.
Oh, you must have been at Hi-Fi.
No, I was at Grand Alpine. Yes, hi-fi. Oh my god.
Okay, yeah, so I found it. So it's called a parasocial interaction.
Oh. Okay.
So parasocial relationships are one-sided relationships where one person extends emotional energy, interest, and time, and the other party, the persona, is completely unaware of the other's existence.
Yes, that sounds accurate.
Yeah.
I mean, what more can we do with that, though?
No, I'm just saying, like,
That's
it's just
how you
interesting
look
because,
at
like, that's kind of like that's kind of like the situation that we're in,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
Where there's like, we have people that follow us on Twitter and comment about our shows and stuff. I have no idea who the fuck they are. I appreciate that you guys are watching us and listening to us, and we love every single one of you. But it's like those are the type of relationships, like people like who watch Markiplier, right, or like Jacksepticeye.
Or watch like Critical Role.
Yeah,
or,
yeah.
All the Darkness.
Millions of fans, they don't know. Like, maybe a handful of them.
Exactly, and it's like it's nothing wrong with that. It's
No, it's just the way it is
It's
these
a
days.
concept.
Yeah, exactly.
To think about, like, how we used to communicate with people 100 years ago compared to how we do it now, it's fucking crazy.
It's kind of.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost like the thing of like when pen pals used to be a big thing, sort of.
Writing
Yeah,
letters back
yeah,
and forth?
kind of, yeah.
Now it's just emails or
Well, it's just so
social
weird
media at
now
this
because
point.
like even in the last 20 years, like accessibility to be able to talk to someone is insane. Like the fact that I can right now just go on Twitter, go to let's say Skarsgård.
Skarsgård?
All right.
Interesting.
Let's say a Skarsgård. Let's see if they have.
It sounds like a pagan ritual.
Well, no, I'm talking about like the actor.
Oh.
Alexander Skarsgård?
Alexander Skarsgård. Like
Oh.
one of them, right? Like
I thought you were talking like a band called Skarsgård, like Ska and Asgard. I thought that's what you were going for.
Like, I can literally go to Twitter right now and DM them. Like, how wild is that?
It is pretty wild. I love that shit.
Does Tom Cruise have a Twitter?
You want to talk shit to Tom Cruise?
Not shit, just be like, hey, appreciate you, bud.
You a Tom Cruise fan, dude?
I am, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I appreciate him as a producer in general. Because I think he's one of the few people who, like, wants to be hands-on all the time. And there's not a lot of people who are like that.
Mhm.
At least in terms of like the industry and stuff like that. Like, I think he's a pretty good actor. Like, I think like he knows how to become a character.
Okay.
On top of that, doing his own stunts for like Mission Impossible and shit like that.
Wasn't there a video where he broke his foot?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He broke his foot during a jump.
Yeah.
He also did like he learned how to fly a jet for the new Top Gun movie.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, like he learned how to fucking fly a jet. Who the fuck does that? Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise jumped out of a goddamn airplane for a movie.
I honestly believe he does that just because he wants to do it.
But that's my point. I think that's why I like him so much. Like, because he's like, what crazy fun stuff can we do for a movie? Like, how can we push what filming is? And I think that's why I appreciate him.
I get that. But what I'm saying is, I don't think he does it for the film. I think he does it for him.
See, I don't think so. Because like at any point he can go like, I just want to jump out of the plane.
Yeah, but I think he's crazy enough to say, I'm going to jump out of a plane. I think Tom Cruise is actually crazy.
I don't think so.
I think he has like some issues. He strikes me as a guy with issues.
Homie, we all got
No, he's got fucking Hollywood issues.
Okay.
No, Christian Bale has Hollywood
Oh,
issues.
God.
Oh my god,
yeah.
you're talking about the time he ranted on set?
It hasn't just been one.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I've done it a few times.
Dude's crazy. Christian Bale is crazy.
The one I remember is the Terminator Salvation one. Where he-
Oh, where he's
Oh,
yelling at the
God.
guy.
oh,
fucking
good
movie is
for
so
you.
bad.
That was-
I love the Family Guy cut of that. You seen that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I don't know, like, I personally don't think he's crazy. I just think I honestly think he's one of the few people in Hollywood who just, like, they have a vision and they just want to do it.
Right, but I would argue that most people who have visions, artists, are insane.
I don't think so.
I would argue that.
I don't think so. I don't think they're insane. I think they're just genuinely misunderstood.
There's a method to the madness.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
Because you have to have a very. I feel like you have to be an intellectual to be an artist.
Well, yeah, you need a certain
I gotta go,
perspective.
Yeah. So because of that,
I was like, where are you going?
Because they need to be intellectuals. Those are fucking.
But because of that, I don't think
good.
they're insane. Because when I think insane, I think someone who can't put concepts together, right? Like they can look at an idea and be like, "That's cool." Look at another idea, but then they can't like merge the two. You know what I mean?
I don't say that's insanity. I see that as just stupid.
Well, what do you think insanity is?
I think insanity, the classic definition, when you keep doing the same thing over and over again,
Insanity
expecting a different.
is doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result. I think of Voss every time I fucking think of that. That's insanity.
Is one definition.
That's
but another,
insanity.
another definition I would give to insanity is, I would say, in a very narcissistic sense. You know, where, like the world revolves around me, kind of sense. I can't really express it better than that. But I've seen some people. I've met narcissists in my life.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Is she like that?
Fuck yeah, she is.
Yeah, she is.
I don't know. I don't follow celebrities that much, so I don't know what they talk about. I've only seen them in movies, and I only know them by their characters.
That's fair.
Yeah, so I don't know what they do, except for Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is one of the dudes I actually was following since he jumped on the couch on Oprah.
He did. I forgot about that.
Yeah, and then he got married to Katie Holmes, and Katie Holmes was like, he's fucking insane.
Yeah, I feel like their relationship. Here's the thing this is what I picture Tom Cruise as. Obviously, we don't know the guy, but I feel like he's just so caught up in his work and he loves doing what he does that like having a personal relationship must be really fucking hard.
Yeah. Well, he throws me out because some things that were said about him, like in his own personal life, he walks around. I don't know if he still does this. This was years ago, but he walks around in military uniforms just because he likes to pretend he's a soldier. I mean, I don't think he does it outside his home, but he walks around his home and, do what you want behind closed doors. Yeah. But just know, when we hear about it, we're still going to think, that's kind of weird.
Sure. I mean, that's weird. But it's also weird when people are just running around with their underwear with chanclas on.
Is that weird?
Welcome to Walmart.
I do that all the time.
Well, see, but that's the thing. It's like, it's all subjective, really.
Yeah, really.
It's true. I just feel like some things are a little more, not subjective, they're a little more out there than... Like, there's always a balance in life, right? There's an extreme on the left side, an extreme on the right side. Yeah. And I feel like some things can teeter past those borders. And I feel like that's one of them.
That's true.
And if that's just one of them, it's barely anything. Well, I can only imagine what he does.
Here's my question, though. When that came out, like, was he preparing for a role? Because, I mean, like, you as an actor, like, you want to try to get into the character, right?
No, the statement was that he just does it. Katie Holmes said it, but... it was just he does it. He wasn't preparing for a role. He just likes to pretend he's a soldier.
I mean,
maybe he has
weird, sure, but like,
maybe it's a fetish.
I mean, I'm not king shaming.
Could be.
Okay, just Tom tells it's a king, and we'll stop talking about it.
What if Katie Holmes was like? Like, what if she's crazy? Like, what if like they were doing the do, right? She was like, I want a military guy to just come and fuck me. But like her story was like, oh yeah, no, he just casually walks around like that in the house. It's like, I don't know about that.
Makes sense.
It's kind of like that one scenario where you're like, never mind, I don't want to talk about it.
All right then.
It's pretty.
It's going to be after the podcast.
That's a not safe for work podcast topic. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, which we're still trying to figure out the kinks for.
No pun intended.
But we will figure it out.
Keeps out the kinks for.
We will figure it out.
Oh well, there are other topics I did want to bring up. For one, Bluhdhaven. Or Bluhdhaven and Brunchhaven, if we ever decide to do Brunchhaven.
I feel like Brunchhaven should be like when we do stuff remotely.
Yeah.
Like when we have a podcast remotely.
Oh, okay. Like when we bring in Chris OG.
Well, no, I mean like when we go out to like, let's say like to a coffee shop or something.
Oh, that's how you want to do it?
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
Hell yeah,
that'd be easy.
Yeah, we already cooked waffles here. Might as well go out and try their waffles.
See, exactly.
Hell yeah, I'm down for it, man. Let's see. Sorry.
We'll have mimosas and everything.
And these are just podcast topics we could do another day. I was like, there's a Star Wars podcast maybe we could talk about one day where we just talk about Star Wars. If you want to talk about Friends, we got that too. Yeah. Weirdest drunk stories would be fun to talk about.
Oh, no.
Weirdest drunk stories.
I feel like that one should be on the Not Safe for Work podcast.
That would be
the weirdest drunk story? Okay, so Not Safe for Work. That was another one. Oh my God, I forgot about this one. Mount Everest Rainbow Road? I forgot about that. That one's kind of cruel. It's basically, how would I say it? So when you're going on Mount Everest,
are you talking about all the frozen people? You have to take one down.
All the frozen people. They call it the Rainbow Road. They call it the Rainbow Road because everyone's wearing colorful ass colors.
Holy shit!
Fuck.
Sorry.
Oh man, that's awesome.
These are all things that come to my head when I'm just like fucking not doing anything.
And this is why we have Marcus on the podcast.
Yeah, I'm a classic overthinker. Sometimes it works out for me.
Well, I guess I had a question for you, buddy. 100 episodes. What has been one of your fondest or favorite memories from doing the podcast?
I think one of my fondest ones was when we had that fucking whatever the hell at your old place like shook the fuck out of the door. We were talking about spiritual ghosts.
Oh
and shit.
yeah, that was a weird moment.
Wait, what?
So
Yeah.
when we were at his other place, it was when Chris OG was still here, I think.
Yeah, it's because we had the setup was where it was still up
Yeah.
against the
We
window.
were talking about like phasmophobia at the time because it was still huge, like supernatural things, and then just out of nowhere, his like glass door just like shook, like if someone was just like shaking the hell out of it.
Yeah, there was
And
no wind, no nothing.
nothing.
That's
And
so
it just
fucking
happened.
weird.
And it was like, it wasn't just like a, it was like,
To the point, Kay was scared shitless.
yeah, like my
Oh.
dog was freaking out.
Maybe that's... Oh, shit. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I was like,
That's the most
what?
memorable. I think it was just fuck.
It's on the audio too.
Yeah, it's on the audio.
Wait, which episode was that one?
And it's one of the
man.
Phasmo videos.
Was it before I was here?
I
Yeah.
think so.
It was before because the table was in a different orientation at that time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was facing towards the back door.
Yeah,
So you got it on camera then?
I think
No, it's not
no,
camera.
I don't. No, you're right because we were
It's not
only doing
camera.
audio at that time because we were trying to figure out the camera
I think
situation.
so, yeah.
Yeah, but I know for a fact that it's on the audio
You
because
can hear it.
yeah, we like were. I think I'm talking and then I stop and then you just hear the tail end of it and we're just like, what the fuck just happened?
That's so fucking...
I'll find it right now. You guys keep seeing anything.
There's a topic. What's the spookiest shit that's ever happened to you?
The spookiest shit.
Yeah.
So when I was about 13 or so, my dad passed away when I was 12. For like consecutive nights, in the middle of me falling asleep, my blankets would just get pulled from me
Okay, that is weird.
consecutively,
That is weird.
like to the point where I had to fall asleep with my light on because I was freaked out.
That's fucking freaky. And
Got to the point where I was getting really pissed off because it was like maybe a few weeks in at this point. It was like every single night, like right before I'm passing out, just yanked.
And you never figured out how that happened, right?
There was no physical possibility that could happen because I had like just a regular twin size bed, had just a regular frame, and my blankets were always pulled up because like I'm one of those people who need like a leg out and a leg in because like my body just gets super hot.
Yeah.
So like I would start falling asleep, but my legs are completely straight because I'm not a super tall guy like you guys, but like lengthy enough. And then as soon as I'm about to pass out, I like kind of hold my blanket and it just gets pulled from the bottom all the way off of me. And it happened multiple times. And there was the moment like where I was falling asleep one day and I was like, fucking stop. Like, if you know me, just fucking stop.
It's fucking stuff.
And then from there, it never did it again. And I was like, okay, so maybe if I say something to you that I don't like, you'll listen to me. And then my mom and I went to New Orleans for my cousin's wedding. Pretty sure we brought something back with us. Because my mom had a panic attack because there's something like holding onto her chest. And like we had like she brought holy water in and blessed the place. And even to this day, in where I used to live, because me and B moved in there for a little while with George, there's still like this lingering presence that is like a voyeur who's just looking. Like, because the way that the bedroom is set up, it's like, this is the wall, this is another wall with the window, other wall. This is the closet right here, and then there's like a small little hallway where the door is at. So the bed is like normally right here.
Right.
Anytime you're in that room, probably like after 7 p.m., it just feels like someone's watching you.
That's so weird.
Like always. And I always tell them, I'm like, hey, I see that you're here, just please go away. Anytime I say that, the like feeling dissipates. I've been surrounded by spiritual stuff my entire life. And
really?
even in that apartment that we were in, there was something that was always watching.
Wait, the last apartment?
Yeah.
Really?
I
Yeah.
had that same feeling too.
Do you feel like maybe it's not
Malicious?
not that it's malicious, that it's just not, it doesn't live in the house, it just follows you?
No, because I don't have that, because the feeling at George's house and the feeling at the old place, two very different types of feelings.
Maybe you're a conduit.
I mean, I feel like I am. I mean, like, I do spiritual shit. Like, when I'm not on camera and stuff.
Remember
but
the
like,
first time I met you were doing a tarot card reading.
yeah, like, I do tarot readings for friends and stuff like that. It's frustrating. It's super frustrating because it's like, you try to explain it to people who don't believe in it, and it's like, it's something that you can't really explain.
You can't.
Which is super frustrating for me.
That's the beauty of life. There's so many things you can't explain.
Yeah.
Like, you have to experience. It's like God's way of saying, get out there and see for yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Go ghostbusting or some shit.
Go explore.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, I want to go ghost hunting. Like, I want us to do a production of us going hunting.
I don't know, man.
What? Really?
I would, but I know I'd be scared fucking shit.
I think it'd be awesome.
I don't do well with supernatural shit.
Really?
I really like. Okay, so I think I told you I went to this most haunted town here in Arizona. What was it fucking called? Jerome, Arizona. I went there for a film festival, and we stayed at the most haunted hotel.
Mhm.
That night, the one night I was there, the entire town blacked out.
Oh, shit.
All the power went out.
Shit.
All the power went out. And, well, the people I was with were just like, oh my god, this is so cool. I'm there staring out the window, desperately waiting for the power to come back on.
Like, please, for the love of God.
Yeah, everyone's looking at me. They were making, like, Marcus, are you okay? I'm like, when the power comes back on, I'll be okay. I don't know what I was thinking. I was, like, looking out for ghosts or something.
Actually, I don't think I remember talking about Jerome at some point. Like we were all talking about it. Like it was one of the most haunted places. And you wanted to
Yeah,
go.
I think, because we were
Sorry,
talking about
continue.
ghost hunters.
No,
and stuff.
it's actually a pretty cool town. Pretty rinky-dink, in my opinion, but it's
It's
good.
an Arizona town.
It's kind of like Bisbee, just not. Just Bisbee with ghosts. So I recommend going out there, but that was I didn't do well with that. I don't think I would do well with
I'm kind of the same way as you. Like, I'm a pretty big fraidy cat. Like, I do get scared a lot. But I think when it comes to, like, spiritual stuff, I look at it very different. Like, one of the reasons why I like watching, like, ghost hunters and ghost adventures and stuff like that is because I hate how overly dramatic they make it.
Yeah,
Dude,
like-
bro, dude.
Well, not even just that, but it's also like, you know, so-and-so committed suicide in this place, and they go in and they're just like, I can feel how sad you were.
Bullshit.
And I'm like, shut the fuck up. I'm like, I'm an empath, so I feel other people's energy or whatever. But, like, in a spiritual sense, you're going there and you're feeling the room. Like, just because something bad happened there doesn't mean that something bad is going to happen. If you go in and you're like, come at me, ghost, you're going to get fucked with.
Yeah.
But if you're going
Why would
in
you do that?
just being interested and just being like, hey, you know, I just want to make some type of communication with you, you know, and you're with a group of buddies, and then, like, a door closes, and you go like, oh!
Yeah.
I feel like that's a more, like, humble experience, you know?
Maybe I'll do it with you guys, but I think at the first leap, I'm out. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm a big fraidy cat when it comes to super. Like, if like it's a big dude in front of me, I mean, I'll be scared, but at least I see him.
Yeah, like things. Yeah, like,
It's the things you can't see.
It's what I don't see, and
Yeah.
I always make things worse out of my head.
Yeah.
So
okay.
imagine. Oh God, hell no! I'm already imagining. Like, boys, I was talking with some other friends. They want to go to, like, this airfield between here and Casa Grande, or is it the airfield? There's just, like, this place that's apparently haunted, but not by ghosts, by demons.
Ghost Adventures, I think, actually did an episode on it.
Did they?
Actually, I think that's what they said. They
It's
wanted
like
to go
a-
check it out because it was in Ghost
Because
Adventures.
apparently it was used like as like a thing for a lot of Satanists or demonists, and they were doing this interview with like a known occultist or whatever in the daytime, and shit was happening in the daytime.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I like that.
I don't.
There's a reason. There's a reason for that. Like, there's a reason for that happening, though, and then that is my curiosity peaking, where I'm just like, okay, who fucked up? Because there's a reason why this is happening here.
Yeah.
So who fucked up? Was it some random ass person who came over here and was like, I'm gonna fuck with some spiritual shit that I don't know, and like they opened up something? Like, I want to know. Like, that's where my curiosity goes.
You mean fucked up in Who Summoned the Demon?
Yeah, someone, I feel like 9 times out of 10, like those places are because people are like, I don't believe in this shit. I'm gonna tamper with stuff.
Yeah, I don't fully believe in it myself, but I'm also not that much of a risk taker. Like
I don't believe it, but I'm also not gonna say that I don't, just in case.
That's actually exactly how I feel. Like I don't subscribe to any idea 100%. Only cis deal in absolutes. But because of that, I always leave some room for error when it comes to any theory. Because how do we know? We don't. We don't know if God exists. We don't know if aliens exist. We don't know anything really.
The definition for a hypothesis is an educated guess.
Yes. But I'm not educated, so I just kind of
a hypothesis is still a hypothesis.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, like, for me, like, my hypothesis, right, in terms of, like, the spiritual world, is, like, I don't think any spirit is inherently evil. Like, I don't think that's a thing. Like, I don't think demons exist on this plane. Because that doesn't make in my brain, it doesn't make sense. I do think that there are spiritual energies that are around where people come into their space
and fuck with them.
They're annoyed and they're like, can you guys just fucking stop already? Like, as if you're going to someone's house, right? And you're like,
you take a shit on the carpet.
No, you put your shoes directly on the coffee table.
Oh hell no.
Exactly.
Hell no.
I feel like
that. Not on the coffee table, on my bed. I'm just like,
you're like, stop it.
The kid does it too, and I'm always slapping their fucking shoes.
But see, imagine someone doing that to you every single day after you die.
You mean in the spiritual?
Yeah,
in the spiritual plane.
Like in a spiritual plane, someone does that to you every single day.
But if you're dead, aren't you on their level at that point?
Well, I mean, like, you're elevated, but someone's still in your space.
Yeah, but you mean just like someone's in your space right now in this world, if you're there in that world, you can just smack them off too. I would assume, right?
Well, no, I mean, like, because, like, in terms of, like, spirits here on our plane, it's very hard for them to physically hurt you.
Yeah.
I always figured spirits could hurt other spirits.
Yeah.
Well, other spirits, yes, but I'm talking about, like, actual people going into your space.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So, like, physical person, spirit entity. This person died 50 years ago, but now this place is haunted. Every single day, there's a new fucking person in your house.
A good example, or somewhat a relatively interesting example, would be the movie Ghost, where everything requires energy and you to focus to be like, I can finally do something physical.
Was that the one with
Patrick Swayze?
Yeah.
I actually never seen that.
It gives like a good concept of like what it's like to be a spirit.
Yeah.
I have to watch it. I mean, fortunately, I watched Ghost Dad. That was a whole different experience.
Is that the Bill Cosby
That's
one?
the Bill Cosby
Oh, no.
I do not recommend that movie.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Yeah, no, spirits scared the fuck out of me. The inexplicable obviously scares the fuck out of me. I think it scares every human.
I got a message. Sup, fellas? Dropped in to say hi. Strange thing. I heard someone calling my name.
Who was it?
Don't know. It's just a visitor.
Oh, well, welcome, guys.
So, hello.
Hey.
Which names did we say? I think I said Gary earlier. Maybe, are you Gary? Let us know if you're Gary.
Are you Gary?
Are you Gary? You know, the weirdest thing that's ever happened to me in terms of supernatural. God, it's a good memory too.
God, I have several.
So there was one night when I decided, I was a kid, and I woke up and I said, I'm going to go sleep in my parents' room. And I used to do that, you know. I used to sleep at the edge of their bed.
Yeah.
They would have this, I would have this, and I would sleep at a perpendicular angle. So one night, I do that, and as I'm falling back to sleep, I look up at the roof, right? And there's just a shadow of the fan, and this bulbous thing, right? And I was like, what is that bulbous thing? And I started moving my head, and I noticed that the shadow was following my head. So I'm like, oh, cool. It's just my shadow. But I wasn't fully convinced. So I kept playing with it. I kept like moving my head in so many ways. And then finally, I nodded. Like in an agreement. I was like, nodded, okay. And the shadow went. And that's when I was like...
You had an experience with a shadow person.
Was that it?
That's a fucking shadow person.
Yep.
God, dude.
So here's my thing with shadow people, right? I think a lot of people think they're like malevolent forces.
Shadow folk, if I remember
He didn't kill me afterwards.
They're
so.
like observers or watchers.
Yeah. So again, like what I was talking about earlier about like the voyeurs.
shadow people's a concept that really exists?
It has been documented multiple times on film.
Well, what is it? What's the theory behind them?
That they're just spirits. Like they're just spirits of void. because all they are, if you look at any type of visual evidence from them, I don't know how, as a videographer and as an editor, I don't know how you could get that black of a contrast in a digital format. So, like, I'll show you a video later, but there are multiple instances of just shadow people, and I don't know how you can get so void of light on film. Because, like, there's no... Like, because you know how everything, there's always light bouncing off, right? Like, if someone's wearing a morph suit or whatever, like, you're going to see light bounce off of it. These figures are just pure blackness. And I don't know how, from a visual, like, a VFX standpoint, how you can make it that black without there being some type of clipping or outlining with the base video. And so that's why I love seeing these videos, because shadow people fucking exist. However, I personally don't think that they're harmful. I just think that they're looking at what's going on around them. Yeah. If you piss them off, then yes. Yeah. Like, if you're egging them on, being like, fuck you, right? Then if someone tells you fuck you, you're going to be like, hey, fuck you, you know? Yeah. But, like, if you see them and you acknowledge them and just be like, hey, I acknowledge your existence, that's kind of freaky. Can you stop that? 9 times out of 10, they're just going to leave you alone.
Never once would I have thought to just talk to them about it.
See, that's the thing. Most people don't. Most people just look at it and they're like, what the fuck? Like,
it's freaky. It's something that's completely out of... It's abnormal. It's so abnormal. It's too abnormal. Which is why it just begs you to freak out.
It's because, like, your brain can't comprehend what it's looking, right? Because, like, your brain goes, there can't be a head right there. That's a fan. Like, there can't be a body there. Like, well, how does this thing exist, right? Mm-hmm.
Part of me thinks it was a dream, but I feel like it wasn't, man. I swear to God. Because I remember doing it and thinking, all right, that's creepy.
Well, see, that's the way a lot of people's experiences are. And I feel like that's why there's a theory that when you're kind of in that lucid state is when, like, you kind of bridge between your spirit world and the physical world, right? And I feel like that's a lot of the case for a lot of people, because a lot of experiences are like that, where people are like you, where you're experiencing something when you're about to pass out. You remember it happening, but then you also remember just falling asleep. So it's like you're like one of multiple people that I've heard have an experience before them falling asleep.
Oh, really? That makes you fall asleep when you come across a shadow person?
Well, no. Just the theory is that, like, you are a bridge between the spiritual plane and the physical plane when you're about to fall asleep. So, like, lucid dreaming is all about, like, you, like, mentally being aware that you're in the sleep state, but you're also not conscious enough to be moving.
You have some insight. I want to bring this up to you, okay? Because it was a time when I lucid dreamed.
Okay.
It was the first time I attempted to do it. The first night I found out about it, I attempted it, and I actually succeeded. But here's how it went down. I was in the middle of my dream. I was walking down the hallway of my house at the time. And I was like, oh, wait. I'm asleep right now. I'm dreaming. Okay, I'm aware. Let's do something. Let's fly. Mm-hmm. And out of nowhere, the world went completely black. Completely black. And then a loud voice shouted, no.
That's interesting.
And the only thing I did at the time was I looked at it, fuck you, it's my dream. And then I woke up.
Huh. So, I mean, that could be two things, right? That could be your subconscious fighting with yourself, right? Because you're like, one instance of yours going like, I want to do this, but maybe there's like some type of fearful emotion from yourself that's like, no, don't do this. You know what I mean?
But the way he said it, it was not it didn't seem like it was out of fear. It seemed like it was very malevolent. Like, honestly, it felt very demonic. And I always felt like...
Is that where Diablo came from?
He's like, oh shit.
Maybe. The way it happened, it always rubbed me the wrong way. And not in like a fearful way. Like when it told me this, I got angry. Oh. I got really
you were annoyed.
Like, why am I holding myself back? And I was wondering, maybe that's what it is? That just my subconscious is holding me back?
Yeah.
Or was it really a demon fucking with me?
No. I don't believe that demons exist on this plane. I do think that there are like negative energies who will fuck with you. You know, like Loki, right? They're just little mischievous little assholes who are like,
pranksters.
like because humans are human, right?
Yeah.
We have assholes here. We
Yeah.
all went to high school. We have that one fucking douchebag kid. Now imagine the entire classroom dies, right? The majority of us are like getting in line and being like, "Sup, God?" Like,
So God, love
and
it.
then we have the fucking stupid asshole, right? Who's just like, "Fuck you, God! I'm gonna fuck with these guys." Like, that's the way that I feel like those entities are. That they're just here to just cause
So
problems.
they're not evil, they're annoying.
Exactly.
See, well, that's human. Those are ghosts, I would feel. Demons
Yeah.
are, if they do exist,
Constructs.
Wait. I'll have you explain that later. What I'm saying, like, demons are from a whole different world with a whole different understanding. Even if it's not like a biblical demon, I do believe in multi-dimensional beings. And there could be a dimension full of these types of beings that just don't think like we do. And what we find cruel, they find humorous.
Funny. Yeah. I mean, that could totally be a possibility.
Yeah.
But, and just from my personal experience, I think anytime that there's been like a strong, harsh energy, if I ever tell it to fuck off, like kindly, like I never really experience it again. So, but that's just my experience. I mean, everyone's experience is different.
Yeah.
So,
I've never had a bad ghost experience. I'm not even sure what I had were ghost experiences. Hell, maybe the shadow person is really what it was. Are they ghosts or are they their own thing?
yeah, I think, from my understanding, they are ghosts. I mean, they are a spiritual entity who is looking at what's happening. I don't know. I would really like to know why they physically appear. That's my question.
1 second. You said earlier that the moment between right when you're going to sleep is when you're most perceptive, right?
Yeah.
I just remember like a year or two ago, I was falling asleep, and out of nowhere, I was just jolted awake because I heard a little girl's voice say, "Hi."
Oh yeah.
Or not. I don't know what they said. They said something, just one single word. It was either hi, hey, or
Just like a syllable.
it was a word. But it was like a little girl's voice coming from the edge of my bed.
Oh!
I woke up in a pitch dark room, mind you, and I obviously couldn't see anything.
Yeah.
But I always thought it was just because I was falling asleep. Now, if you're saying what you say is true, holy fuck!
Here's my thing.
Oh my
right?
god, I can't believe I forgot about that.
We live in Midvale. Okay. Midvale was an Indian land.
Huh? I didn't know that.
So I'm just saying, like, there's one thing I will never fuck with. I will never fuck with. I will never fuck with the reservation.
No.
I will never. I respect Indian culture so much. Native American culture, I respect it to a very high standard. They're very, very spiritually inclined individuals. And because we're on this land, literally not far from the mission,
that stands to reason.
There's a lot of spiritual energy out here.
Yeah.
I just think as long as...
It's just a mile heading south, you're right there on the reservation. So.
Yeah. So, I mean, I wouldn't doubt that you have stuff in your house.
One time I was with my ex, she stayed over one night, and she started hearing, like, noises. I believe it was my family just doing their thing, but she was like, "Hey, baby." She was trying to wake me up. "Baby, what is that? But I'm, like, asleep.
You're like, ugh,
I was like, "Oh, baby, it's just a ghost in the house. Just ignore him." And then woke her right up.
Oh, no!
I didn't know she was like that.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah, it's been interesting growing up because, like, I would go to my friend's house a lot and, like, shit would fucking happen. And, like, in terms of, like, doors closing, shit, like, running around and whatever. And they're always like, "Yeah, I don't know what that is. Like, I think it's just, like, a cat or something like that." Like, them just compartmentalizing and just, like, pretending like shit doesn't happen.
Yeah, if you ignore it, it'll go away.
But it doesn't.
For the moment, it does. It'll come back, but you'll just ignore that moment, too.
Yeah, so, like, there's been a couple of times where, like, I would be at a friend's house and, like, I would be talking to someone, like, outside their front door. And they'd be like, "Who the fuck are you talking to?" I'm like, "Oh, it was this person that I was having a conversation with. They were a corn farmer. Blah, 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 blah." Like,
for real?
Yeah. Multiple times it's happened.
Yeah, I've never had one of those experiences.
So,
like, the most I had was that, hey, moment I had, and that was pretty much it. Or in the Shadow People.
damn.
Yeah. I've always been nervous about supernatural shit like that, though, you know?
Yeah, I just think it's because it's like, just, you don't know.
I just get annoyed when people say it doesn't exist. Like, they're so sure it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
I like, you can never be so sure of anything. So how are you sure of this?
Yeah, that bugs me too. It bugs me for a different reason, but it's like, to me, I feel like you're closing your mind to an exceptional possibility. Like, it's extraordinary.
I see why you hate Ricky Gervais. Yeah, he is very arrogant in the way.
The whole Native American thing reminds me of the story my mother told me when her first husband was a Native American. They lived on the reservation. Some individual, I don't know if it was in their family or whatnot, passed on, right? She remembers this very, very clearly. The person that had like their shaman or medicine man, whatever you wish to call them, was there, did the wake. They went to a tree, they lit a cigarette, and then they offered it to wherever the tree was, and you saw like another ember from the cigarette, like they were having a conversation with whoever may have passed.
That's fucking sick.
And I'm like, okay.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
God, man, that's so crazy.
It's one of the things that kind of bum me out, that like we're so technologically advanced right now, and like we're so dependent on stuff like that. It just saddens me that we've lost so much of our natural connection to the world. Like, I'm gonna start sounding like a hippie right now, but like
fucking long hair.
There's just like.
Is that what that smell is? I'm sorry.
Damn. No, you just got stoned before you got here. No, but like, I truly do feel like there is a natural, spiritual thing going on with Earth, where like if you're connected with Mother Nature, like you will feel so much more. And I feel like a lot of people should explore that, but a lot of people aren't. So,
I think we blame technology too much for something like that. I believe we're all connected spiritually to the Earth. But I also believe that the way we lose our connection is not just by technology. It's really us. It just comes down to us.
No, it absolutely is us.
And
it's a cultural thing.
Well, no, it's more like it's a life thing. There's just so much shit you got to worry about in a day-to-day thing that you got no time to think about that kind of stuff. So you kind of just forget that part of yourself.
Well, I think a part of that is like we don't get taught that when we're a teenager or when we're kids.
No.
You know what I mean?
But I always felt like it's a natural thing regardless.
I agree that there's always a connection, but I think it's because, like, you know, our parents are going to work all the time, and they're always tired. They don't have time to, like, sit down with you in the meadow, right, and talk to a tree, or touch the sand, or whatever. So, like, as, like, in our teens, I mean, you see your brother right now, like, they're just inside on their computer, and it's not because...
Annoying the fuck out of me.
It's not because they don't want to go out there, but it's just because there's not someone guiding them to teach them to, like, hey, let's just go smell some trees.
I've noticed a lot lately too. Is just like a lot of things we don't do is because there's no one there to hold our hand and tell us how to do it.
Yes, well, it's our ignorance of just not knowing.
But it's also a lack of willing to take an adventure and try to figure things out yourself.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people, it's like impossible to do that. Like, I feel like...
I don't think it's ever impossible.
No, I don't think it's impossible. I feel like a lot of people think it's impossible.
Yes, everyone can think it's impossible, but they just got to realize it's not.
Yeah, like, just go out there and do it. We talked about it a few weeks ago, where it's like, just, if you can think it, you can make it.
If you can think it, you can do it.
Yeah. But no, I agree. Like, I think, like you're saying, not a lot of people are spiritually inclined. And when I mean spiritually, I don't necessarily mean, like, religious. Like
one with whatever.
Yeah, like whatever your
one with the universe
spiritual concept is, a lot of people aren't spiritually inclined.
A lot of people like to think logic rules all. And I get
I'm a very logical person.
I get that though. It's just
it is weird because logically, why the fuck would you ever do that? Like logically, why would you ever spend time spiritually?
Well, logically, why would you ever spend time with just one partner?
Exactly.
You know, logically, why would you ever have kids in a world where it's not called for? You know, there's no logic to many things we do. As
this is a call out to all the Mexicans. Stop having 7 kids. You don't have a farm anymore. Quit it.
They do that because it's insurance, bro, that one of them will succeed. You do know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you understand the socioeconomic...
Oh, no, I totally understand. I grew up Mexican.
What broke you?
What do you fucking say?
Mexicans, you don't live on a farm anymore. My nana actually grew up on a farm.
So did my nana.
My nanita actually. Oh my god, I had to walk to school every day.
Oh god.
Dude, she actually was so good in school one time, they gave her a ticket to see Shirley Temple in theaters.
Holy shit!
That's rad.
That's fucking old. She was so happy about that.
Yeah, I remember I always love talking to my nana because she's always talking about like her time on the farm, and she's always like, "Yeah, I had to kill the chickens." I'm like, just casually as a kid.
I remember talking to my mother on the farm too when she used to go up to Missouri.
Ugh, wild.
Apparently, I also have.
Missouri farm is supposed to be trippy.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I can technically own that land.
Fuck yeah!
Own it, bro.
Oh, I can. Yeah, I'm not the last living heir.
We
All right,
can
who
make
we
that
killing?
arrangement.
No. Why does everyone say that?
Because we need land, bro.
Yeah, I was say because then we can build shit over there. What's the property tax like?
I don't. See, I'd have to learn that shit. I'd have to take care of this, and I don't
imagine
know
it's pretty
shit.
expensive. I'm not
Oh,
gonna.
yeah.
In Missouri?
In Missouri, it's
It
the
has
northern
to be.
states, so I would assume. See, I just grew up on the south side all my life for any town I've been in, so I know everything's cheaper on the south side.
Not anymore.
We're in the
Dude, it's getting bad right now.
Well, it's getting bad, but imagine how it is in the north side. Have you seen the gas in the north
dude,
side?
for real.
Yeah. It's close to $5.
My only
right now.
concern too. That's Baptist country up there.
Oh, God.
Oh, dude, I
Dude.
can't wait to bring this out there. Let's fucking wreck it.
Oh! We've been skinned the second we step out
Oh
there.
fuck yeah!
I'm gonna go out there in my Aztec war gear. I'm like, bring it, motherfuckers!
No, what we
Let's
need,
get
what we need to
warriors!
make sure is we need to make sure that we bring salt and pepper because they apparently don't fucking
Yeah.
flavor anything out there.
I don't know why.
I think the spiciest thing they have out in Missouri is like ketchup.
I was gonna say Miracle Whip.
Miracle. Oh my god, that's
Oh,
terrible.
fuck.
Okay, no. Yeah, I'm definitely down. Let's go ahead and make you the last one.
I have to
Let's
learn
do it.
all that shit though. I'm not saying I wouldn't learn. It's just like that's just.
If anything, you could just get
No,
it,
this is
sell
what
it.
we do. Get the land, sell all the animals because they cost a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what's on there. I think it's just like crops.
Just sell
It's
everything.
I
crops?
think it's all just crops.
Sell everything.
Sell
man.
it all.
And then you can
Plow
fund
it.
the next year.
Yeah. Let's make an air base.
Fucking airbase?
An air base.
Dude, if I had my own stretch
Like a sky temple?
Yeah.
Dude, if I had like my own piece of land, I shit you not, I'd like make trenches and do my own LARPing shit out there.
Oh my god,
Dude, that'd be dope.
Fucking awesome.
So.
Real life D&D. Let's go, baby.
I always wanted to
We're like a big ass like fucking dice circus out there. That sounds festive.
Yeah.
Tell me this would be a
Super
good idea for you. A kind of a LARP / airsoft event. Where you kind of bring
They have that.
You have that.
so like bringing like fantasy elements.
Yeah.
So basically knights with swords and guns.
To an extent, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Where?
I don't think they do paintballs, but I think they use Nerf and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's
That could work. Yeah.
there's some of them out there where they do like a LARP of like they're in like the wasteland of the Fallout.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so cool. Yeah, they're doing everything.
Oh, you know what? You're right. There is like just a paintball Fallout thing. I think there's one in Austin, and I think there's one in New Mexico.
Yeah, there's even people who like dress. There's even a guy who goes to airsoft events dressed as a space marine from Warhammer 40K.
Dude, that's fucking
he
sick.
is protected beyond belief.
And he even has like the airsoft gun that looks like they're freaking bolter.
Oh,
That's pretty
so
dope.
fucking cool. I would love to see. Okay, so when I last did airsoft, there was a guy out there who just went with a sword and shield. There was.
What
he
a
was,
man.
He was and he had like a full body shield, so he could really just protect.
Oh, that's
every-
dope.
And then he would get close to you and just slice you.
Oh my god.
He never got me because I'm better.
He had that mad Churchill vibes.
He was fucking cool.
Awesome.
But then I got to talking to him. He's kind of annoying.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah, he's one of those.
Nothing's worse than looking at someone have this cool thing
And
and
they're
then
just-
talk to them and they're just a piece of shit.
Well, they're not. I wouldn't say they're a piece of shit. I didn't know him well enough to know he was a piece of shit. But I could just base on what he was talking about and how like enthusiastic he was.
Yeah.
And it was like there's enthusiasm, but you know like there's enthusiasm that just rubs you the wrong way.
Yeah.
He was the one that rubbed me the wrong way. Yeah.
Yeah, there's people like that, and there's people who are like the people who don't ask for, like, if you meet someone new or you're playing like a game with someone, right, and like you join in on the game, and then like immediately they're like, oh yeah, I've been playing this for like 6 years, like I have all this great stuff and blah blah blah. I have this item, I've done this, I've done this, I've done this, I've done this. And it's like, bro, I didn't ask. I just want to go and do this one quest. Like, fuck
Dude,
those
talk to you
people.
about his car.
Oh my god! I wanted to fucking scream. So we went to my friend Kenna's party
That's funny.
for her housewarming, and there's this guy who came in, as part of the party, whatever. Walked up to me, and said hello to me, and he's just like, "You like cars?" I was like, "They're all right." Just started going on about his fucking
Even
car.
with that response, all right. He should have just
Right? Like, I was like, and he just kept going on and on and on. I'm like, I didn't fucking ask
That
him.
is a dude who's got nothing else going on.
Exactly. His personality trait is his car.
Yes, and that is very unfortunate.
Souped up B-Tech.
Actually, that's how I felt when I started doing comedy. I felt I was always talking about how I was doing comedy, and I was like, oh, I gotta stop talking about this.
Yeah, I think
it's not me. I just
I think it's one thing when you have a hobby that you're really passionate about.
Yeah.
But don't make it your personality.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like that is difficult for some people, though. I don't know about you guys, but I have met people who like always struggle with their identity, always trying to figure out who they are and what they are. And when they finally cling on to something that really agrees with them, so to speak, they feel like this is me. This is why this is what it's been missing from me the whole time.
like I'm on this planet for this reason.
Yeah, like, oh, I love making pottery. I am a pot. Potter?
I am a potter.
I'm a potter.
Actually, no. They're a.
I don't know.
It's not potter. There's an actual term for it.
Kilnsman?
What is
That would be,
a
I think.
person?
Kilnsman's a pretty fucking cool name.
I am the Kilnsman.
I am the Forge Master.
Oh god, that sounds like something I hear in a fucking game.
Yeah, but
I guess it is a potter.
There's a potter. Well, then you get it. Like, there's someone. I mean, I've never met someone who was a potter who said that about themselves, but I know that they cling on to something because they think that's who they are. That's what they've been missing this whole time. And I get it. As a person who's struggled to find myself, and honestly is still trying to find themselves, sometimes you find something out there. You're just like, this component.
It clicks.
That's what's gonna make me me.
Yeah, I mean, now that you put it in that perspective, like, I guess I understand it. I guess for me, because I'm just so disassociated from cars that it
will never click with you.
Yeah, exactly.
But you love dragons.
Oh my god.
Yeah, see, dragons to me are like cars to you. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, see, but like, it's weird. It's a weird comparison because for me, like, I have a billion fucking hobbies, right?
Fair enough.
I love music. I love puzzles. I love reading. I love writing. I have all these things that I'm like, I could go anywhere. But I feel like with cars, like, it's cars.
Yeah.
Like, there's not room for much interpretation. Like, sure, you have Japanese cars, American cars, sure. There's varieties for cars. But still, it's four wheels and an engine.
And see, I used to feel that way. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not the biggest car guy. I'm not a car guy by any means. I just appreciate them, but I can understand the nuances. Just like it takes all these little things to make a movie, right?
Right.
The little things that go into, like, the car, the engine, the transmission, all that shit.
Yeah.
Can definitely ultimately affect the car to become something its own.
Yeah,
thing.
no, I think the engineering aspect for a car is very interesting.
Oh yeah, and that's art to me, man.
Yeah.
The engineering part, just decorating the cab. That's art to me too.
Yeah.
I personally love it when people make cars that are not just fashionable but also functional.
Yeah, like, they double. Like, they're efficient, they run well.
They don't just look
but they
pretty.
also look
you
good.
can, like, I remember I was in New Mexico and I went to a car show. There was this car, this fucking lowrider, complete gold undercarriage.
Oh.
It was
What?
fantastic. It was, and he even went into detail saying, I gutted everything and I put every part back into it. Gold.
Holy shit.
This does not drive.
Damn.
And that's when I lost it. That's what I was like, oh, you don't drive this? Well, then this is a waste.
Yeah, that's so weird.
To me, it's a waste. To him, he's happy about it.
Well, yeah, because, like,
It's a piece of art to him.
Yeah.
But to be
Well, so that's the
fair,
thing,
he
is,
just
like-
made everything gold, bro. I don't think that's art. But but if it drove, that would have been so cool.
That's the equivalent of taking a picture off of the internet, drawing over it, and being like, look, I made it gold.
A turd painted
There,
a turd painted gold is still a turd.
That's...
That's how I
No,
describe
I mean, like, yeah, I get it. I guess, like, for me, it's like, one thing I always tell people is, like, always have a hobby, right?
Yeah.
Always try to find a hobby, but don't just make that your only thing.
No.
Like, find new things to do, find
There's
different
so
interests.
many things you can
Yeah,
do.
like,
It's crazy.
Like, one of the things that a lot of people don't know about me is I fucking love architecture. Like, architecture is
I didn't
one
know
of the...
that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I love architecture. Architecture is one of the things I love the most.
You would love the structures in Elden Ring.
Oh my, you might.
You would love
Is that why you love Destiny too? For that reason?
Yes.
God, it's so beautiful.
It's
the game.
such a pretty
You
fucking
would
game.
love the fucking architecture in Elden Ring.
I gotta be honest, I am surprised we went an hour and 40 minutes without you bringing up Elden Ring once.
Oh my god, you're right. Good job, buddy.
Fuck you guys.
And you brought it up in a really good way.
Yeah.
You're just like, okay, talking about comedy, talking about dragons. Hey, Elden Ring!
No, I agree. I've seen gameplay of Elden Ring, and I think the structural designs are fucking gorgeous. And I think the reason why is because they took inspiration from like Italian Roman type of stuff and really focused on like the nuances for the arcs and like the way that things are structured.
Sorry. It's just more the fact of just like, you went, this, and I'm proud. I'm just like, what the fuck did you expect me to do?
No,
Well, no, I was expecting, because like before we started, you're like, oh, I started playing Elden Ring, and I was like, okay, so he's going to bring it up eventually.
And I was like, the way how everything been transitioned was like, I'll wait. I'll see if there's a good one. And the structure is like, perfect.
Oh.
So Elden Ring, for those who don't know, is essentially it's a Dark Souls game.
It's a Dark Souls-like game.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. It's relatively easier than most of the Dark Souls games.
Really?
It's still tough. It still has all the bullshit that is Dark Souls and perhaps even like Sekiro and all that shit combined. But it is fun. I have played so many hours in that fucking game and it's pissed me off, but I still play it.
Yeah.
So what about the game is fun? Is it the gameplay mechanics? Is it the story? What is it?
It's the story, I'd say, and also the cooperative play you can do with people.
You can do co-op?
Yeah, you can definitely play with people.
Oh,
You
wow.
played up to like 4 people, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Wow.
Well,
three.
three including an invader, so 4, yeah.
Wow.
And I hate the invader bullshit because 9 times out of 10 they're just to fuck with you.
Yeah. But sometimes they go into the wrong match though. That
No,
invader
yeah.
will come in to fuck your day up, not knowing you have 2 of your buddies with you.
Ooh.
That reminds me of one instance when I was helping a friend of mine out. and
So
the
hold
invader-
on, before you go on with that, what's the point of an invader?
Oh, it's really to troll people.
It's to
Is there a way to toggle that off?
Yes.
Okay.
finally.
There was one in Bloodborne, if I'm not mistaken.
It's in Bloodborne. It's not there in Elden Ring.
What?
Yeah, you have to deal with an invader.
Nope. I will not play that game.
You should still play it for the love of God.
Yeah.
Oh, you could just play it offline.
Yeah, you can. That's the only way to toggle it. It's just playing offline.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But I mean, you really, honestly, at least this is how it worked in Bloodborne and other Dark Souls games. The more people you have to fight with you, the harder the game is. Like the enemies
I
are
like
tougher.
that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. So, okay, well then never mind. Fuck, you want to play online?
Well, no, so like the thing is, like for me as a gamer, I like challenges. It's one of
Oh,
the
you're
reasons.
gonna get a challenge with this
It's one of the
game.
reasons why I love Destiny 2 when you're with the full squad because the enemies are 10 times harder. I love going through that and grinding out and being like, holy shit, this is fucking hard. But for me, the reward is completing it. I'm like, fuck yeah, I did that. Sense of accomplishment.
Mm-hmm.
Good on you, man. I have problems with shit like that. You know, I always play.
Yeah,
games-
after playing Apex with you last night, yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, I was raging out.
That was the
yesterday.
saltiest I've ever seen you.
You should see. Actually, to be honest, that was pretty salty for me. I would say that's one of the saltiest I've ever been.
Yeah, I was like, damn.
I got really. You were there.
Yeah,
You saw it.
sorry.
You heard it at
I heard
least.
it. It was bad.
But for Elden Ring, like, I'll try it if it's
Yeah.
on sale.
I mean,
I gotta work on that.
I could play it. I can put it on there at some point so you can try it yourself if you wanted to.
How much is
I'd
it?
have to sign in as you, though.
It's like $60 right now.
Yeah, it's a full retail game.
Full retail.
That's definitely an investment I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to really consider.
Yeah,
But
it is.
I do like the Souls games. I played Demon Souls. I didn't play any of the Dark Souls games. I went straight to Bloodborne.
Yeah, I played like 2 and 3.
You played Dark Souls 2 and 3? Did you pass them? No. No?
I barely passed through Sekiro.
Oh my
And-
god, I haven't played Sekiro. Is it
and-
Sekiro or Sekiro?
I say Sekiro.
Okay. Whatever the case, those games are going to be their own genre soon, I
Yeah.
believe.
No, they are.
Because they all look the same. Apparently, they're not the same though. That's
They're
the only
not,
problem
but
I
it's
have
just-
with it.
They have the tag, I think that says like Dark Souls like or Dark Souls esque in one of their little like tag things.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I mean it makes sense. It's kind of its own little genre.
Yeah,
Tags when you.
It's never been something that I was interested in
Mhm.
for some reason. Like, I'm a huge fantasy buff.
Yeah.
But, like, for some reason, like, Dark Souls and all that stuff, it didn't click with. Like, it didn't seem interesting enough for me.
Well, what I liked most about the game was the environmental storytelling.
Yeah.
Like, I've never actually experienced any type of story where they just didn't tell you what happened. You actually had to go in there, read shit, and maybe even look up YouTube videos like I did to help you figure out the lore of what's going on with the world. And while I was playing Bloodborne, I mean, I didn't notice any of this shit because I was just trying not to die. But when I went back for a second time, I decided, well, let's look up some Bloodborne videos. Maybe it'll help me out, get past certain monsters and shit. And then I found all the lore relating to it. And as I just dived deep and deep and deep into that shit, I was like, this story is amazing. This is such a great fucking... This is where my love for cosmic horror began, from Bloodborne.
Oh, really?
Okay. Because it's a very Lovecraftian game. Yeah. Which is funny, because it starts off very like Bram Stoker, werewolf and shit. Yeah. And out of nowhere, it just takes a big Lovecraftian turn. And I love that. I love it.
You're like, I'm totally for it.
I loved it so much. The existentialism in the game. I'm a Bloodborne fan.
I can tell. But that is okay.
I have a
poster. We're coming up on time here. So what does everyone have for recommendations for films?
Yeah. I gotta think of one I actually can recommend and not want to stay away from.
I have one. The thing is, I'm gonna say right now, warning, if you have arachnophobia, don't fucking watch it. Which is 8-Legged Freaks.
Ah, such a good movie.
That is a really good one. I thought for a second, if you have arachnophobia, don't watch it. It's called Arachnophobia.
No, I was going to mention that, but I was like, nah. If you want like a laugh, but also have like that weird, like horror-esque.
Very B movie. Very B movie made in the 2000s.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie to an extent. I mean, you have like a young, Scarlett Johansson, David Arquette, a couple of other people. It's fun.
That chick from Anaconda, yeah.
Oh God, yeah, I can't.
I forgot her name, but she was the hottest sheriff in the county.
Yeah, she was probably like the only sheriff in the county.
Yeah, she was the sexiest sheriff in the county. That's the line from the movie.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
But no, I what I remember the most about that movie though was the trailer. Now that movie came around, I think in 2003 or 2004.
It came out.
So the opening trailer to it made it seem like it was going to be a Spider-Man movie.
The way how
because it started talking about spiders and shit like that, and all of a sudden you see a silhouette of a man standing, and all of a sudden it's just a big ass spider that jumps out at you. And I'm like, what the fuck was that? It's like, the spider, man. That was what I remembered.
Yeah.
Made me want to watch the movie for that reason.
Oh my god.
Also, I remember the Spider-Man cereal. Oh my god, it was gross.
Ugh. Dude, all those theme cereals are horrible.
Man. I can't think of one that I would recommend. Val, can you go first?
Yeah. I guess my recommendation will be watch The Force Awakens. I genuinely think that the first movie has a very solid story.
Yeah.
It's fun, interesting characters.
Yeah.
If you want to continue to suffer through 8 and 9, that's up to you. That's your prerogative. But yeah, Force Awakens. That's going to be my recommendation as a way to bring it back to episode 1 of, at the time, it was called the Bloody Bunch podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, it was?
It was called the Bloody Bunch.
Wow. What made you change the name?
Rebranding.
Yeah.
I like the Bloody Bunch.
Because at the time, it was like, we just wanted to do something fun for the time being. And then, because I'm not sure if I told you this before, but like, I was only streaming under the Blood Drain handle for a while. And I think it was like after episode 19 or so, I was like, I want to make this a community.
I think
based
so, yeah.
The Haven, that's where it
Yeah,
came
and
from.
then I was like, okay, what suffix can I add to it being like a community? And I was like, oh, like a safe haven, like for people to come to. And then I was like, oh, Bloodhaven. And then someone was like, isn't that the name of Nightwing's town that he takes care of? And I was like, God damn it, yes, but that's not the reason why I called it Bloodhaven.
Is it spelled the same way?
No, Bloodhaven it's like BLU with the ooblet, D HAVE.
Blood.
Yeah.
BLUHDHAVE.
Yeah, we have an H in our name.
So it makes it
So
make
it's
it
different.
See, that's why it's unique. Actually, so I don't have a movie. I do recommend, if you've already seen Breaking Bad first, watch Better Call Saul.
Oh, dude, last season's coming up.
That's why I'm recommending it right now. I'm rewatching it because of that reason. And I honestly like it better. I do. I think it's a much more enjoyable ride. I enjoy watching Saul Goodman or Jimmy McGill going through
The
it.
fucking pacing.
Well, see, that is a complaint I hear a lot about those shows, Breaking Bad included.
Yeah.
I like it.
Oh.
I like the pacing.
You like a slow grind?
I apparently do.
Oh, man.
I was surprised when I watched it. When I first watched the first episode of Breaking Bad, I was like, I don't know if I'll ever stick to this show, but I'll watch it in the next episode. And then I just got hooked in. I really enjoy the cinematography. I enjoy the pacing. I do
The
agree
camera work
it
is
could be,
amazing.
It could be faster. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes.
But the world they set up, the characters they have, Gustavo Fring, fucking
Here's
love that
my
guy.
thing with... I don't think it's their fault. I think that is an American television issue.
The pacing?
Yeah, the pacing. Because fucking American television is shit. There's 25 episodes per season for every fucking show, where the entire story could just be condensed into 12.
So much like the BBC and them do it.
Yes, I love the way English television works. I love the way that Netflix runs their stuff, where 10 episodes, more than enough for a season.
Well, when you say 20 episodes, that's mostly like sitcoms and shit, though. I never seen like
I
a series.
think the first season of Breaking Bad has like 16 episodes? 17 episodes?
You might be right. You might be right. But as far as breaking the 20 number, that's usually just sitcoms.
Okay, I was over-exaggerating just a little bit.
Oh, okay.
But you can easily cut 6 episodes per season for the 9 seasons that Breaking Bad had.
I would have to watch the show again to see where we can like cut some of the fat off. But
Yeah.
I already believe you. I do, because the pacing is slow at times, but
Oh my god.
it's a good
But it's a good show.
It's a good show.
Please go watch it. It is a good show. It's just, that's like my little...
Because you go in for the characters.
Yeah.
That's what you do
Oh
for
my
any
God.
story. The
Yeah.
characters are what are going to sell that story, and the characters in those shows are great.
Even if the story doesn't make sense.
Fast
Fast and the Furious.
and the Furious. No, you
Which
go in there for the
family?
cars. I'm there for the cars. I don't care. The Don Toretto family, fuck off. Just drive, damn it.
Drive and explode.
Okay, one thing before, because I finished my shit. So
Yeah.
one thing I want to bring up was the last thing I got from your last podcast.
Yeah.
So I want to bring this up at the end because during the podcast you were talking about people in our life, people in our life that want us to succeed and will help us succeed in that regard.
Yeah.
And I just want to go ahead and say, because that was how he pretty much ended the podcast, and I thought it'd be a good way to end this podcast too, because if you don't have those people, and we talked about this last time, if you don't have those people, it's so hard to get anything done.
Oh my god.
At least anything you want to do. If you have a passion, you're gonna need people to help you fuel it.
Absolutely.
It's not a single show. It's not
Ever.
a one-man show.
Ever. And I think that's something that growing up I really never understood when people are like, pick yourself up by your bootstraps. Like, fuck. You say that to anyone, fuck you. I'm sorry. That's not how that shit works. You don't pick yourself up by your bootstraps.
I don't wear boots.
You ask your friend if they have a pair of shoes. You ask your mom for a fucking meal. Like, you need people in your life in order for you to get anywhere. And that's something that's been very hard for me. Because growing up, it's always been like, do your best, do what you can, you have to go get this, you have to get it done. And it's like, okay, I'm trying, and I tried that, and I failed a lot. And now I'm learning that you need people in your life to come in and help you out. Whether it's coming in to vacuum, or if it's coming in to listen to a story, or listen to your stand-up, right before you go live. You need people around you. So make sure you have good people around. That way you guys can make some good shit, be successful. And if you have toxic people in your life, fucking take that shit out. Like, get them away.
For those
You
of
don't
you who
need
don't
that.
know who your toxic people are, just keep an eye out.
Yes.
Sometimes you don't know it until it's too late. But I think for the most part, we got a good community here. I'm glad I met
Absolutely.
you guys. It's
Yeah.
only been like, what, a few months?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's fucking
Like,
awesome.
you have been such a pivotal part of our community, so thank you so much for joining, and I hope that we have you on going forward. So thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for 100 fucking episodes. Can't believe we made it here.
Give me a
7
zero, give me a
years.
zero. Give me one.
7 years. It's
Oh.
fucking wild.
Yeah.
Otherwise, 100 episodes. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to watch Buddy for Thursdays with Buddy.
Bidet.
He's gonna be streaming
I'm gonna call you that.
Let loose.
Let Loose. How Let Loose. So make sure to catch it out on Thursday. Don't forget to subscribe to us on Bluhdhaven.com. Don't forget to subscribe on Amazon Music, Spotify, and Apple
Podcast.
Podcasts. And we'll see you guys next week for a new episode. See ya.
100 episodes.